didn't have to fade that out myself this time. Well. What have we here? As soon as I press these buttons, we'll have something. So, let's make sure everything's actually working, because this thing is growing increasingly, like, pointless to me. Okay. Phoenix deaths? A lot of deaths for a phoenix. Okay. So we're here with the lunar bots. All rights reserved. Everything should be working correctly. There we go. Prison turnabout. Middle. Same point. Ow, my ears. Sound seems a little bit off. But anyways, where we left off, we are now investigating the... There we go. We're now investigating the cell of Mr. Knightley? I don't know, let's review our profiles and whatnot. Because it's been like 3 weeks since you looked at me. We got K. Faraday, self-purported? Is that the right word? Great thief, searches for the truth as the second Yatagarasu. Everybody's pal Gumshoe, homicide detective at the local clinic, charge of the initial investigation. Forrest Knightley, okay, I was right. It has been forever. I don't remember what voice I gave him, so you know, the victim in this case was just after the sentence dinner. Body was found in the prison. Raymond Shields. I don't remember voices, that's the issue. Uh-oh. Sapphire, could you pick a better time? Her scheduled backup just popped up. Alright, well, she's back. I can see everything now. Should really do that as I started her up, because I started her up like 10 or 20 minutes ago. Whatever. Defending Mr. Keys, head of Edgeworth Law Offices, my father's old assistant. Jay Elberd, former boxer, now prisoner, obsessed with training, has a pet polar bear named Meraki. Justine Courtney. She's a punk. The only thing you need to know. She's also the first female judge, I guess? First judge that didn't have a beard. Rookie prosecutor nominated by the pick to take over the case. Simon Keys as the suspect, a timid young man, doesn't seem like the type to kill someone. Or the type to go to a hairdresser for a good opinion. Patricia Rowland, warden of the prison, animal lover who values family contact. Frank saw it. He saw it. Trained to become a pet groomer, discovered the body. His bracelet is broken. Sirhan Dogan, a blind former assassin, appears at the sound of bells with his dog and knife. And now we're back. And there's other things we can look through, which I probably need to do at least. There's the floor plants. Plants? There are probably plants on this floor, but floor plans, chessboard that was Knightley's, a rubber glove. Saw it used for pet grooming practice, covered in blood and mud. Alright. Rope found with the body was used to tie up the victim. Penetrating wound to the neck, died instantly. Ruby's, like, neck brace, too. Small bruises on the head. Like, it's obvious the neck brace was undone, but... it just feels weird you'd go for the neck when he has an armor piece there. Very colorful bloodstained sheet. Door sensor. Prison roll call. Dog. Dog is biting the victim's body. Barks at me a lot. Probably hates the color red. Frank saw its bracelet at the time of the incident. It was broken and did not respond to the door sensor. Hound piece. They chest through the mail with his dog pieces. Which means he was probably fighting nightly or something. I guess this is... yeah, it's just dog. Alright. We should check this first. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, what's on the news? This newspaper, it's missing a few pages. They appear to be torn out. Why would someone tear out the pages from a newspaper? Their favorite sports team lose? Maybe they use it to clean the cell instead of a rag. Clean the cell? It's quite possible, I guess, but why? Forrest Knightley's suit. According to the results of my investigation... what did you find out? A man who looks good in a suit leaves more favorable impression with the ladies. Next time I'll investigate men who look good in frills. Please don't bother. I already know the answer. Everyone wants that. Something seems off. The floor is clean. Was it mopped up recently? Seems strange only the area in front of the bed has been wiped clean. The floor here is clean. It was probably wiped down with something. Someone spilled grape juice here? Why is it always grape juice? I don't know exactly what was wiped away, but I can imagine what it was used to wipe it. Because you said it. Very likely this was the torn-up newspaper. Couldn't he ask one of the guards if he could borrow a cleaning rag? Perhaps it was something he didn't want the guards to see. Yeah, blood was my first thought too. Anything under the pillow? This looks like an uncomfortable bed to sleep in. But the pillow covers are clean, not a speck of dust on them. This is what the bed at Gummy's place looks like as well. No, if my hunch is correct, he has an old beat-up mattress lying in his room. Wow. Doesn't even actually know, it's just, I think. I don't think the dog was in here, was he? I can't believe you never visited Gumshoe's house. Gumhouse. That's the name of his house. Not as dirty as I thought it would be. The toilet paper shows no signs of use. Looks like there are no problems with the toilet. Figured that'd be where they got rid of the paper. What's the problem? It's totally awkward having the toilet out in the open like that. I need to think more about the end user. This facility wasn't designed with the spirit of service in mind. But he's not a purple dog. A menu? Mr. Edward, is this a dining menu? You can choose your daily meals in this detention center. However, unless you have the money, you won't be able to choose what you want to eat. In the end, the world revolves around money. Doesn't this mean that the rich won't have to reflect on their crimes? Yes, well, those who come here haven't been declared guilty yet. There are a few good people who don't need to reflect, probably. Sounds like you're just making excuses for them, Mr. Edward. Ugh. Why should I have to come up with excuses for the detention center? I'm just the one that sends them here. There's something on the desk. It's probably the chest thing. Let me take a closer look. This is chest notation. Probably the victims. What's chest notation? I already explained this to you, but it's the memo that records the position of the pieces in the chessboard. This is a good match. My next move would be pawn to... No, actually before that... There's no time to be playing chess. You're right. Even though this game is like 40% chess. The positions of chess pieces recorded in this memo. I feel like I've seen something similar somewhere else. I should take a closer look at the evidence I've collected. This chess notation. I've seen it before. Still thinking about chess. Focus on the investigation. Chess is quite important to this investigation, and it will be for every investigation. Have a look at this. These chess pieces from Dogen's sale? Dogen's sale? I don't know about the rules of chess, but I think a Cerberus is kind of, against the rules. It can kill 3 pieces at once. The rules of chess are not important here. Look at the position of the chess piece in this memo, and the pieces of Dogen's sell. You notice anything? Ah! They're gonna lose, and the king is barely there. I don't think about different chess pieces. But if you flip the board around, position of the chess pieces is completely the same. Yes, although the memo doesn't include the Cerberus chess piece, because they're illegal. Positions of the other chess pieces are identical. What's going on here? It still seems like a really bad idea to give to a genius, but you know, whatever. Yes, I'm going to challenge you to a shadow chess game. The loser loses his life and gets sent to the Shadow Realm, where you'll be forced to play shadow chess forever. I always play correspondence chess. This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was... He's saying he was playing as Mr. Knightley? Yes, because everything has to be connected. You have the evidence to link to Dogen to the victim. Doubt there's anything in these books, but I'll examine them anyways. A lot of books here. What's this? How long was he here? Wonderful warden of ours. The Hound Whistler. The Animal Shack Redemption. Mr. Knightley, he was a surprisingly good person. No, the detention center provides these books for the visitor's own education. Edification? Those books are supposed to help you grow as a human being. Prison Life for Dummies. These books were written by model prisoners and former inmates. Here's a helpful book, The Great Escape in 80 Days, based on a true story. Check this one out. Crime and Establishment, How to Make Money in Prison. The problems with this detention center may run deeper than I thought. Yeah? If you're telling your inmates how to get out, I guess the thing with the animals, like, the animals will either make a ruckus so they won't get out, or the animals will be like a reason not to escape. It's like I can't get out, I can't leave Rocky here. The reflection in the mirror. Security camera. Great thief's arch enemy. Guess they don't take too kindly to the thieves here. No reason for a detention center to be kind to thieves. Or any place, really. You wouldn't use your friend as a distraction. I would like you to check the footage of the security camera. Find any problems, report to me at once. Yeah, understood, sir. Okay, who died and made you frill boss? Jeez. Oh. My power returns. I didn't expect that to be so quick. Well, someone else's friend isn't gonna listen to you. This is what our investigation turned up. Seems we found a major connection between the victim and Dogen. This is terrible. The security camera recorded something terrible. What? Can you let me see it? No, but it's terrible. I'm just gonna keep saying how terrible it is. I can't believe they served potatoes today. Today was supposed to be carrot day. Oh no. I mean, of course, sir. I have a portable playback device right here. How convenient. Let me see it right away. It looks like a security guard. Also, that's definitely a dog. That black thing's gotta be that doggy, right? Up until this point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison. But it appears I was mistaken. The place where Knightley was attacked was... I don't know why I need to do this, but okay. It was the detention center. And furthermore, he was attacked by Dogen's dog. This is decisive evidence. If Knightley was killed in this room, this piece of evidence was found in the cell takes a whole new meaning. I don't know. Makes a whole new meaning if it occurred in the holding cell? Not really anything that sticks out to me automatically. I mean, the dog, obviously. Sorry for the thing bugging out, by the way. I'm not sure what's up with that. It's probably this OBS's fault. Probably eating my frames. I guess this one.
Take that!
For some reason, someone wiped the floor clean. Possible they were wiping away bloodstains. I mean, I guess I already connected that to the murder, but I guess it just didn't really... And shut about the possum, okay? It's gone. Forever. Thank you for your hard work. While I have your attention, may I ask one more favor? And what would that be? If it's out about the potatoes, we're all out. There should be a detective nearby by the name of Gumshoe in the detention center of the prison. I'd like to give him a message. Tell him to check this room for traces of blood and give the results to me. That sounds like it's against the rules, but yes, sir. This should corner that old coot. No, not yet. Still don't know how Knightley and the dog moved from here to the prison. That's true, but once we figured that out, where should we check out next, Mr. Edgeworth? Guards here might know something about the murder. Let's see if we can learn anything new details from them. We're gonna run into that one guard again? I don't think he works here, though. But also don't remember his name. Let's continue our... Ah! Oh, sorry to intrude. Uh-oh. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor and the little lady. Fancy meeting you here. This man is Shilong Lang, an Interpol agent. About 2 weeks ago, he was in charge of investigating one of my cases. I would have thought he'd returned to his native country of Xingfa by now. Agent Lang, what brings you here? Just some boring work, nothing you need to know about. On top of the black dog, you made a black wolf. Huh? You came alone today, Agent Lang. You already know that the person I was with was a murderer. Usually, he'd have a huge police force with him. Oh, that's what they meant. Mr. Prosecutor, seems you've been busy the past few days. These past few days, he's referring to the incident with the Xingfa president. I would have thought you'd be involved in this security too. Ha! Our president doesn't even trust his own country's police force. Look at the results of his hiring a private security company. It's laughable. Agent Lang doesn't trust prosecutors or the courts. That's why he brings along a large force of capable policemen to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. Yes, if you and your subordinates had been there, the results might have been different. My subordinates, huh? They're no longer with me. They're not with you? Looks like he lost his power after having his assistant be declared a murderer and a secret agent, I guess. Funny, looks like I'm a real lone wolf now. What happened exactly? Didn't I tell you? It's nothing you need to know about. Well, be senior, Mr. Prosecutor. I'm just gonna casually walk out now. Mr. Lang, wonder what happened. Yes, it troubles me too, but there's nothing we can do about it for now. It's almost like we became friends after nearly dying and whatnot. Okay, let's continue with our own investigation. Got it. First, let's ask those guards a few questions. Where were you on the night of the 14th? Isn't that tomorrow? Seen a black dog around here? Of course not. I haven't actually seen it. I wouldn't be standing around here so carefree. Did something happen with that doggy? Okay, let's not press this matter any further. This guy might attack us. Arkansas didn't come to the detention center. I can't go in there. What are you? See anything? This is a difficult case. What's wrong? Something troubling you? Sir, no, I was just breaking the fourth wall. One of my uniforms has gone missing. I'm certain that I placed it in this locker. Maybe the uniform grew some legs and walked somewhere. What kind of logic is that? In any case, I wish you the best in your search. I'll be rooting for you. Yes, thank you for your support. That is important. I felt like there was a uniform being worn in that video capture. Oh, this guy. Mr. Shields, where did you go? Where indeed? I've been searching for you guys this whole time. Walking around the prison is hard work, you know? That's strange, seeing as you came from the opposite direction. Huh. I got some new information. I can teleport. You want to hear it, do you? Sort of changed the subject quickly. Heard a little something from the guards. Seems Knightley caused a bit of an incident 2 days ago. An incident? You know how Simon said he came to visit Knightley, right? After the visit, when Knightley returned to his cell, he exploded. Naturally, a guard escorted Knightley back to his cell. While the guard was unlocking his handcuffs, all of a sudden Knightley struck the guard and knocked him out. Seems he was going to attempt a jailbreak. By the time the other guards arrived, the key to his cell had disappeared. But there's no been report of Knightley's jailbreak attempt 2 days ago. Exactly, it's strange, isn't it? Right until his death, he was in his cell. What's more, Knightley claimed he never stole the key in the first place. In fact, they searched the cell, and the key was nowhere to be found. Did the guard who was struck have anything to say? No one knows. He was taken to the hospital while he was still unconscious. He's still there now, it seems. There's no way you can knock someone out for 2 days like that, but okay. We still don't know what happened. In the end, we still don't know what happened. It's you! That voice. Wish I knew who it was. Oh, it's you. Great. What are you doing here? Hanging around here? Well, you see, this is my assistant. Are you here to object our investigation, make me into a laughing stock? Sebastian, I believe obstruct is the word you're looking for. In a way, I think his expression was apt. Unconsciously agreeing with the guy? Don't do that, Edgeworth. A pleasure meeting you again, Judge Courtney. I am... I know. But I didn't know what else to voice to give him. Like, should I do a squeaky voice or... Oh. I know, you are Simon Keyes. Is it Keyes or Keyes? Defense attorney, are you not? Well then, let's skip to the formalities and celebrate our happy reunion with a hug. Well. Or maybe not. Yeah, I gotta think with like that mace she has. If she was in a courtroom, would she just hit Phoenix with it? Thank you for the challenge bits, Loex. Objection. Something fishy going around here. Incidentally, I heard you mention your assistant a moment ago. Yeah. We're assistants for Edgeworth law offices. Prosecutors are civil servants to assign business to betray the goddess of law. As long as profit is not our objective, there shouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah, that's it. Miles here is a volunteer worker. The purposes of my office isn't to make money. We're pro bono. What a wonderful heart you have, defending others without demanding payment. I do have an amazing charitable heart. I guess I'm gonna just put away my paycheck for this month. More importantly, I'd like to explain your reason for arresting Simon Keyes. There's no need to. Is that a challenge against me? No, I was speaking with the Judge Courtney. Oh. Well, my weapon thing also extends, so that makes me relatable. I guess it can't be helped. If you want to take on the best, you will fall like the rest. Well, when you find the best, tell me where he is. I haven't said anything yet, but this is convenient. Then I will hear you out. What were your reasons for arresting Mr. Keys? I see no need to inform you. Sebastian, if you... Oh, she's ignoring me too. Just watch, Justine. Watch as I run around the circles against this useless prosecutor, who is, like, years older than me and has more experience and... Is run circles now what he said? I think you mean run circles around me. Yeah, that's what I meant. Prepare yourself, Mr. Edward. It is extremely complicated, because I like to fill these streams up with all kinds of pictures. Making sure that everyone knows how great Edward is. Like on the left side, we have... I've heard all about the rumors about you. You're a great genius prosecutor. Cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. All these kind of things. And also, hello, Toronto. I really probably should change the gift that's under us to not have her anymore. Just have Lang. He could be the lone wolf. So, you want to know my reasons for me arresting that man? Well, he looked like a girl. Yes. Empress, the answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there. How's that? Perfectly simple. Perfectly decisive. Right? No. Of course, I was the first to notice it because I'm the best. How am I supposed to go about pressing that? How's that? Got nothing to say? Speechless to my performance? This guy sure talks a lot. So you're the one who arrested Mr. Keys, I take it. Mr. DeBestie, whatever your name is. Mr. Deadbeat, do you have the right to do such a thing? Well, obviously it was the police who carried out the arrest. Let me just open this again, even though... But since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest? As I expected. It'd be difficult to deal with both of them at the same time, however... Her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking? I wonder what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. Potatoes? No, I think I have those. Like, should I even bother pressing this guy? Should I just walk away? Whatever. Let's get one thing clear. You do know who you arrested, right? What? Did you take me for a fool? Your hair has a question mark in it, so yes. The one I arrested was Simon Keys, no doubt about it. I expected you to at least understand that much. That's good. Glad he knows who he arrested. Really, that's quite a surprise. So what is his fatal reason for the arrest? Are you attempting to lure information out of me through flattery? A good strategy, but I'm afraid it won't work on me. Explanation point. We have found vital evidence implicating Simon Keys. That's what Sebastian was trying to say. Yes, so because of this vital evidence, I had Simon arrested. Wondering if we'll get an answer as to why she's sticking up for this guy. I don't feel like they'd actually get along. It's like a mother trying to stand up for her very, very bratty kid. That guy over there, that's certainly vague. Well, don't they say, the best hears one thing and understands 10? Do they say that? You're just being lazy. Explain it more clearly. Sebastian. it's alright with you, would you please explain it in more detail, like at least 2 details? Because everyone wants to hear what you have to say. Being very patient with him. If you insist. We discovered that. Very descriptive. Perhaps you didn't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with him. From it, we found the suspect's Salmon Key's fingerprints. Was a bark. You see, the dogs come full circle. Well done, Sebastian. I bless you on behalf of the goddess of law. Please amend your testimony. Are you alright with that, Prosecutor Edward? Yes, I guess. Let me deal with the Borks so you guys can enjoy this, great theme. Don't say hello to Chair, he's a chump. He can't talk to you right now. And gee, thanks Phoenix. Now I don't know what Charnop said. Let's see. Objection! That's a very small thing to do. Fingerprints found on a chessboard. Is that the ace you have up your sleeve? Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace in up my sleeve. Yes, the methods I use is always the best. The ace of my trump card. Good luck with that, Tronop. I don't even remember Bloodborne. Well, then allow me to show you that it is not, in fact, a trump card at all. In fact, if you presented this in court, that guy would tear you apart. It wouldn't even last 3 minutes. You'd be worse than Pain. That's terrible. Simon Keys was the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. Don't sneak up on Edgeworth. It's only natural some of his prints would be left on it. Ah! That took way too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash. Rash? To begin with, this incident occurred at the detention center and then the prison. The suspect Simon just because he isn't a prisoner or a guard is a little unreasonable. What? What's with him all of a sudden? He's singing, huh? Wahaha! Now he's Waluigi? Wah! I finally get what you're trying to say! Rash, you mean we're too quick to arrest this guy, right? He was stuck on that? Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him, and I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not rash. I have a rash on my neck, but we're not talking about it. Sure, Simon Keys isn't a guard or prisoner, but... Overruled! Overruled! Sebastian! Judge Court. What are you doing, Justin? Don't butt in like that, it's rude. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words as suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? The best part? Why don't you tell them about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon? Ah, good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning. Objection. Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keys? I don't like that he keeps bringing that out when there's no animation of him, like, putting it back. Whatever. I'm sure it will meet your expectations. Judge Court needs to change the flow of the conversation. So what is she planning? Honestly, she should probably be the one that her eyes show up instead of his. It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. If you don't have it, then shut up. You were wielding a sharp metal object. Maybe it was you. It has red at the end of it. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items. I wonder if the dog will have metal teeth. That'd be pretty metal. So, that's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside the chessboard. And since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon? At least it's clearer than his last testimony. I mean, I would say the key that was stolen was probably inside his chessboard. I don't think we've opened it yet. Now he's making up the best with his own name. Could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner? You'll find a good place if you examine inside the chessboard. There's some place hidden to hide a weapon? Click clack. As I thought, there are only chess pieces inside. Wow, what an annoying laugh. Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine it a bit further. That is a nice chess set, I'll give him that. But it's probably up here. Yep, hidden compartment. It's quite deep. Yes, there are more than enough room to hide a small knife. Or a key. Understand now, this is how the culprit smuggled in the... Objection. What's with the I wasn't even finished. You're gonna make me cry. Mr. whatever, there's something you've forgotten. There's a gate at the entrance to the detention center. Eh? Well, there is, but... He means the security gates with the metal detectors, Sebastian. We had to pass through the same check when you entered the prison, remember? Ah, yeah, that's it. I remember now. Looks like he completely forgot. It'd be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning. Overruled. Let me pose like this, and then put it up for no reason. That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo simple check. So they don't use a metal detector for that. This should never have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. Didn't he hand it to Slightly himself, though? Well, whatever. Let me just jot that down real quick. Right, Justine, thanks for the assist. You're quite welcome. I know you're useless without me. Because you're simply the best. Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, your cross-examination, if you please. Cross-examination as if we were in court. It's almost like this is a side story of the actual courtroom process. Very well, his reasoning. Let's see how it will hold up under the pressure. I believe in you, Toronto. No matter what, you can do it. You can beat that boss without even trying.
Hold it!
Hold it. Was it obvious? Do you have proof of that? Didn't you see the victim's wound, worthless prosecutor? Fatal blow was a stab to the throat, and a knife perfectly matches up with that. There could be no other explanation. You can examine the wound. Seems they don't know about that piece of information yet. Well, nothing to say. Speechless, aren't you, Mr. Edward? Right, next, there's plenty more reasoning. They don't know about the dog. But at the same time, I don't think I should tell them about it just yet. He's Waluigi. This guy is the Waluigi of prosecutors. Hopefully he only shows up in this game, but I have the feeling he doesn't. Even with the strict control, there were still some items that could be used, right? Well, yeah, things like grooming scissors. Of course there's more to this, right, Sebastian? Exactly, yeah, At the time of the incident, only one was being borrowed. However, there was no reaction when you tested it for blood. Those would be scissors Mr. Salt was practicing with. So the inside of the prison was completely clear of sharp implements. It was probably glass or something. Can you be more specific about where it came from? Of course I can. I didn't come from inside the prison. Is he trying to sound smart? Simon Keyes brought it in, that's what we mean. We? Mr. Edward, can't you even figure that much out? I'm disappointed in you. And you've disappointed me from the start. So Simon brought the murder weapon, but how, you ask? Hold it. No weapon was found at the crime scene, not even inside the chessboard. So where did the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that. Well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. The problem with that statement, the best you just made? Murder weapon is hidden inside the prison? I don't think so. It's clear from this piece of evidence. What shows that the murder weapon can't be inside the prison? It's a great question. There we go. I believe in you, Trona. Have you completely about your own actions, you, along with Warden Roland, conducted a search in the prison. But you did not find the murder weapon, right? Ow, are you okay? Like, I don't like you, but that looked painful. We must have overlooked something. This guy just completely contradicted himself. You carried out such a sloppy investigation. I'm amazed that you call yourself the best. Are you mocking me? Sebastian, please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace. Yeah, it even turned his skin red. I thought he was actually gonna bleed. But nope, he just bruised himself a little bit. With the line of his shadow, no less. I'm fine, Justine. Do you really think the bestie prosecutor would be shaken up by someone miles behind him? He said it. I wish he'd stop messing around with other people's names. Makes me feel like the edge was worth it. Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is far, far ahead. Okay, don't you get caught up in this too. Okay, bye. Yes, my investigations didn't find anything. There must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural we didn't find it there, yeah. Objection. There was no way the culprit could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence shows why. There we go. Have you completely forgotten your own testimony? That's twice you've insulted me. Maybe eventually they'll exist, but I don't know. Oh, it seems you remember what I said earlier. But you do remember further than that. What's that? How did you get that in here? This guy, he really doesn't remember anything. How did this guy become a prosecutor if he doesn't even remember his own, like, words? Not that I can really comment on that, I guess. It seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with the security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through the gates. Good luck, Trona. With metal detectors. Oh, well, that's okay. That's what you think. They're equipped with lame detectors. That's why they went off when you walked by. The Looks like he remembers now. Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through those gates. And so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either. Ew. So then, Prosecutor Edward. No, I'm Assistant Edward right now. Do you know where the murder weapon went to? Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison? But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison. The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object. We saw the very moment Mr. Knightley was attacked, after all. If you can say that much, then perhaps you could enlighten us. I could, but I don't want to. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case? From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon of this case becomes obvious. I guess this? I present the dog, but it said from this piece of evidence, it's obvious. The dog isn't exactly obvious, except that it's obvious. Here's the footage of the security camera, shows the cells in the detention center. See it with your own eyes, and if you steal that from me, I'm suing you. Da-dee-da-dee-da. Huh? Oh no! Ah, my neck. Oh, jeez. What? It can't be! This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by the black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say? Hello, Greninja, how's it going? Hope you're having a good night. It is pretty late. Indeed, this is vital evidence. Snap! Snaps in half. Horse Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog! After that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. Witness claimed to have seen a dog in the workroom when his body was found. Of course, the dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there is someone who could have. Overruled! Overruled! That's enough, Prosecutor Edward. Judge Courtney. It's true this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there's something else you must prove. That it still works, and then snaps it in half, right? Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you? It's just as she says, there's still a huge flaw in my reasoning. If that black dog is a prisoner's pet, how was it able to move between the detention center and the prison? Ah, yeah, okay. What would we do, Mr. Edward? I still don't know how the dog managed to escape from one place to another. I knew it. What? You're one to talk. You don't know either. If you do not solve this mystery, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic. I can't accept that logic. That doesn't change what happened just because you don't know. If this was a real courtroom, I would call for a recess now. That's a fair thing to say. We've done that before. What? Wait, I'm not finished yet. Overruled! Did you not see me lay the gavel down? Court has been adjourned. Leave it at once. This isn't a courtroom. Well then, as I said, court is adjourned. Objection! Objection! I can't prove my argument, but it isn't the same case with Mr. Keyes. Whatever do you mean? Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keyes entered the detention center and prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider of the prison. Don't you think it'd be difficult for him to commit the crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now's the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keyes entered the prison. Overruled! Overruled, shut up. You want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige. Does she really have evidence? Probably not. About time I told you. Now would I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edward? What is she thinking? Seems you don't even know Simon Keyes' real occupation. He is a circus performer. I mean, with that hair, I could have guessed. Is he at the same circus as the other people I forget the names of? Yes, have you ever heard of the Very Big Circus? Yep, there it is. Not the clowns! But of course, yesterday was the day I wouldn't have missed for the world. Wouldn't have missed for the world? Did you have some kind of important meeting? Oh heavens, no, I despise meetings. I forgot what her name was. Or what her voice was. It was the animal show, of course. It seems you realized. On the day of the incident, the animal show was being performed at the prison. The show was put on by the very big circus. I thought it was just something that happened in the prison, but okay. I mean, Simon Keyes entered from the prison as a staff member of the animal show. That we know for a fact. Whoa? He's been concealing the fact the whole time. Oh, he planned to reveal it after hearing my reasoning. Come to think of it. Pardon me, Sebastian. Your words of the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first? I want to say it then, but then she stopped him. How do you like that, worthless prosecutor? You didn't do anything! Well then, now it really is time for recess. I'll end with some advice. I've already doubted your abilities as prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You'd best not forget that. What are you trying to say? The pick can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'd advise you not to show your face before me again. Is that a threat? The goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you can get away with everything. And one more thing, I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act. That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I am involved in so easily. For defense attorneys, a relationship with mutual trust with the client is vital. It is very different from the way of the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation. Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you. Well, that went well. Did Simon lie to us? It seems he lied to Uncle Ray, too. This complicates matters. Why'd he do that? Hey, Miles! Hey, Miles, don't tell me you got cold feet already. Courtney Pie is quite a handful, but giving up is still uncool. Defense attorney's creed is never give up. Remember, you're my assistant. Of course, I don't plan on giving up either, it's just, I give up. My theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. Looks like we have to investigate once more. The case outline? Knightley, who was put here for the attempted murder of his president guy that was hiring him, and also his partner Rook, was killed. We think by this guy. And he was killed inside the prison where he was being held to go to court. And for some reason I was taken off the case by this girl and replaced by this guy. And they suspect that this guy is the murderer, even though there's a lot of evidence pointing against him. This is just a prisoner. And this entire prison runs off having bracelets that keep a track of all the prisoners, so it goes off if they go through a door without permission. And this girl loves animals and makes all the prisoners take care of animals. They are extremely suspicious for other reasons, but honestly they just kind of seem like cartoonly evil. But you know. Or I guess in DeBestie's case he looks cartoonly dumb. But you know, about to investigate it once more. To be continued. Right now. And here's Simon. Why'd you not mention that before? No, but I did. What didn't I mention? That you're a member of the Very Big Circus. No, it's just that, you know, I'm not. I can't call myself a member yet. I'm just a new recruit. Regardless, that still makes you a member. Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh, passed out. Why didn't you tell us that before? Also, are you okay? Phoenix... who? Phoenix is here. If I had told you a part of the circus, that would have made me look suspicious, right? I also knew Knightley and all that. I didn't think anyone would believe what I had to say. Not even you guys, Kay. Didn't we promise to believe in you? But Mr. Edgeworth, you're just kinda scary. Is it my hair? Man, you're just terrible getting info from people. Aren't you, Miles? That's none of your concern. Although I have trouble getting names from people, but whatever. Looks like we need to have the talk with him again. So, what'd you do at the circus, Simon? I guess you could say I'm a wild animal tamer. I'm still just an apprentice, though. That's incredible! So you command lions and tigers and bears? Oh my! Nuh-uh, nothing crazy like that. No way. My partner is this little guy right here. The monkey looks familiar. I was taken off the case, so Gumshoe was working with them. Under the guise of also working with me. Because he still likes Edgeworth, but he's the detective first. And he can't work with defense attorneys, even though he works with Phoenix several times. Anyways, here's a stupid monkey. Yeah, I think this is the exact same monkey. And I don't think Edgeworth was part of that, so... And that makes you a wild animal tamer? He's more like a organ grinder than a wild animal tamer. Also, why did they let him have a monkey in the prison? Hey monkey, cut that out. He can be quite a handful sometimes. Are you a robot? That wasn't a hairstyle choice, those are actually his control modules. I thought organ grinders controlled the monkeys, not the other way around. Yesterday, you told us you were a regular employee, correct? Even if I'm a member, I hear no evil. With the circus, I'm still a legally employee. We're just kinda any regular company. Ringlinger's the boss, and I'm just a grunt. I am a supervisor. He's the head of the animal tamer division. No matter what kind of fierce creature, they all immediately follow her every command. Oh, this stupid song! I was hoping we were done with that circus after Phoenix got through with it. Nope. It's okay, as long as that clown doesn't show up. And whatever his face was, I forget his name. She might even be able to get a handle on Miles here. I am not a wild animal. I am a tame, pish and posh animal, thank you. Did you and your supervisor take part in the animal show at the prison? Yeah, it was just us two. It was only a small operation this time around. Basically, my supervisor takes the center stage, and I take care of the dirty work. Well, I did have a teeny part in the performance. So are there only 2 members of the circus that are related to this case? Look at that sad monkey face. Oh, also, the monkey is also looking pretty sad. So, can you tell me about your movements around the prison? Okay, I went to meet Knightley 2 days around noon. High noon? That's when you gave him the chessboard. That's right. And then that night, I started setting up the stage at the courtyard. It was a pretty tough night, so I went back and forth moving the crates all by myself. So he had no idea he was moving Knightley's body. Knightley was probably hanging inside of there, and he moved the body. Left everything in Workroom A, I think. Just temporary storage. Workroom A, that's where the body was discovered. Didn't your supervisor help you at all? No way! I can't let her do anything like that, that's my job.
After I got everything ready, we started rehearsing. When we left, it was almost midnight. The show was set to start around 8 a.m. the next day and go until 10 a.m.
The only one who went in and out of where the body was found, Mr. Keys, and then the body was found just before the show ended. Well, we don't know what the time of death was exactly yet, so I guess my theory still holds up right now. You happen to know why you were arrested?
It's weird how it happened so fast. I don't think the pest,
That's a good name. Guy would have just arrested you on a whim. I wouldn't put it past him, though.
well, maybe it's because of that.
You guys notice he's hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil?
When I was moving the crates, I decided to go check up on him. You know, nightly.
You went directly to detention block? Did you have permission?
No, I had to sneak in. It wasn't a formal visit or anything.
Sea monkeys, huh? A dumb name. Didn't you already see him 2 days ago? Why would you go and do such a thing?
Well, it's just we're only friends either of us had since childhood. He was the same as me. We never had real families. Except now I have a monkey. I just wanted to talk with him a bit, so I went to see him.
You didn't have a family?
When I was younger, the only family I had, my father.
I lost the only family I had. Hopefully it wasn't the ringmaster, that'd be extra sad. Yeah, I think so. I think it was Mo. Is that it? I know all too well it feels to lose your father at a young age.
You're the same as Mr. Edworth and me.
Yes, thank you for voicing my thoughts aloud again. Although I forgot about you, but it was just the two of you talking at the time.
Yes, all the other cells were empty, and there weren't any guards nearby either.
But then you got found out, and that's why they suspected you.
What? What? Did I do something really bad?
Something must have happened while Mr. Keys and Knightley were alone. That's probably DeBessie's logic. But don't we have that on video camera? Seems we'll tell you to talk to your supervisor as well.
She should be here today, too. Probably in the courtyard. Oh, she's gonna beat me up if I turned out like this, boss. Simon, if there's anything we can do to help, just tell us. What? But I can't do anything in return. Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. We're your friends. Friendship is power.
Also, the monkey is also copied, which is pretty great.
That's because we're like birds of a feather, right, Mr. Edward?
I'm not a bird. Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. What a condescending clap. Well, what do we have here? Starting to get the hang of the old defense attorney gig? Sound a bit like your old man just now, and that guy. Me, sound like my father. Heh. He would say the defense attorney's job is to be an ally to the deserted. If you're going to ride that stallion to the sunrise, wait for me, I want in too. Sorry, this is a ride for one, and I already have K riding on the back. Mr. Shields, I think you meant sunset. Heh, yeah, of course. It was just a joke. Want some candy?
No thank you, I don't like sweets.
Alright, to each their own. Oh really, what a shame. What's wrong with the sunrise? Legendary Yadagarasi was all about the sun. That the sunlight always exposes the truth. Good grief. But now let's just head to the prison courtyard and see what we can find there. Can't have the candy, Slash. Are we at the same prison? Like, are they being held in the same prison? That seems like a bad idea. Whatever. And now, conveniently, the shutter's open.
Let's get a move on.
She's certainly in high spirits. Better not get attacked by a dog. So this is the courtyard. This is where the body was discovered. The animal show was held here.
Looks like just a carnival. Man, I bet it was lots of fun.
Prisoners were gathered here when the body was found. Means whoever saw the show has an alibi. We should start by checking the area for... Huh? Hey!
Cut it out, you! Help me, Mr. Edgeworth!
You there! Stop right this instant! An elephant never forgets, and you're about to forget your own manners!
Ow, ow, someone, anyone help!
Down? Astiqueet down? I don't know how to say that. Astiqueet? Oh. I guess that makes sense. You know, if she had to take over for anyone, it'd be her dad.
Looks like you found a new playmate. Good for you. I can't say your name. I wasn't playing around, it was about to eat me.
Huh? No way, that's like impossible. This child doesn't bite. Often. Often,
People normally never get to play with an elephant up close. Isn't it wonderful?
No, it's not.
Ah, it's wonderful, right?
It was simply marvelous, little lady. Mr. Shields.
Really? Oh, that makes me so happy.
How about a hug? As thanks. Hey, watch where you're swinging that thing. Weren't you taught not to hit people with your trunk? This guy's never gonna get a hug, is he?
Looks like as to the elephant was friends with everyone.
I am its friend, and assistant to the defense attorney. My name is Miles Edgeworth.
Ah, I haven't introduced myself yet.
It is kind of funny to see, like, Edgeworth meeting the people he didn't get to meet. While Karma and... well, while both Karmas were taken over. Wants a Switch game? Yeah, I'd say... depends on what they want. There's a lot of new Switch games coming out, and a lot that just came out, so...
I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Regina Berry. Nice to meet you. I'm the Great Thief and Defense Attorney's Assistant, Yada Garasu.
I mean, Kay Faraday.
Is it weird that we have the same voice?
Like, totally. That's a rather complicated job title.
Hello, Epic Proxy and Phoenix.
All the videos are on YouTube. Hello, Proxy. You can... but messed up my own thing, because I was reading something. But hello, Proxy. Hope you're having a good night. That's weird. That stops halfway. Also, I forgot that was a command.
And the one playing with Mr. Elephant is the defense attorney, Mr. Ray Shields. It's not Mr. Elephant, it's Astaqueet, the fantastic Asian elephant. You're incredible, Regina. You made Astaqueet stop right away. Well, I'm a wild animal tamer after all.
You're a good mod, even though we haven't had anything to do with mods, really. I'm the broadcaster who added that command, and I forgot it was there, so you're fine.
Really? Then you must be Simon's supervisor. Yep, I'm the head of the Berry Big Circus Wild Animal Tamer Division. The one and only Regina Berry. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ace Attorney, Ray Shields.
Looks like he's the one she has a handle on.
Yeah, she's perfect.
What are you mumbling about, Kay?
Look at her. She's energetic, fun-loving, and healthy. She could be the new member of the Yatagarasu. She'd be perfect as a great thief. A great thief? Sounds like fun. We could make like a huge ruckus with animals. Ah, you can't make a ruckus. Great thief is supposed to be quiet and sneaky like. But the show needs to have flash. Being quiet is kind of boring. Aw, I guess she's not very thief-like after all.
Seems there has been a breakdown in negotiations.
Alright, let's get started. Mr. Edward, let's check out anything that looks suspicious. Even look through the barbed wire if we have to.
Yes, we need to gather more information about this case. We should also try talking with anyone connected to the case, like this person standing behind me. But first, elephant. It's a very big circus Asian elephant. That's the key. Supposedly very friendly with humans. Doesn't seem very friendly, but no one ever seems very friendly with me.
It's your stern gaze, Mr. Edward. Stern gaze. Must think you were the boss.
Are you comparing me to an animal?
That's not what I meant. I think it approves of you.
That doesn't make me feel the least bit happy.
It should.
Also, this elephant is as tall as you are, so that's cool.
Danger! High voltage!
Lightning.
These signs really do exist. On the other side, you can see what appears to be the detention center's garden.
Just as Warden Roland said, you can see the garden from our office.
One for this barbed wire, we could take a look at the garden on the other side.
It's Warden Roland's prized garden. I doubt she'd let us in so easily. Where does this go? Door is locked.
Want me to pick the lock? Success is not guaranteed, though.
No, if no need, I'll just borrow a key.
Thought it was a chance for me to finally steal the spotlight.
Don't even think about stealing anything in my presence. Not even the spotlight. I'm the main character of this game. Let's talk with her. Head of the Wild Tamer Division. Are you Mr. Key's supervisor?
That's right. Very Big Circus was created by my daddy. But daddy died in a murder incident. It was terrible. That guy figured it out, though. Your dad is... But after that, our current ringmaster made the circus even bigger. The ringmaster is daddy's close friend. He's like a funny uncle. Wow, a funny uncle. That's great, Regina. Uncle Mo established the Wild Animal Tamer Magic and Ventriloquist divisions. Only the Wild Animal Tamer and Ventriloquist divisions have subordinates, though. Very Big Circus is going to become even more fabulous. That sounds amazing.
The way these two are carrying on. I'd hate to put a damper on things.
You see, Edward has a heart.
Who tells about the animal show?
You speed through this part. I hate listening to this song. It's an amazing show, it has a storyline and everything. It's Cinderella, but instead of, you know, a normal person wearing the dress, it's an elephant. No one likes to talk about the elephant in the room, though. What's more, it's a love story. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Heh, very nice. Are you the heroine? Regina Pie? Nope. The heroine of the show is Astiki. Yes, perfect. And her partner is Regent the Tiger. It's about the forbidden love between elephant and tiger. The elephant princess and the tiger prince.
Forbidden love?
That's right. It's what they call a love triangle. Isn't it romantic?
Triangle?
Sounds amazing, right, Mr. Edward?
Heroine. She's a female?
Since it's a love triangle, shouldn't there be one more animal involved? Yep, the third animal. He's the one who interferes with the love between... between the elephant and the tiger. Who do you think it is?
Well, since it's a circus, perhaps a lion. Or a bear. I don't think they'd stick with lions.
I think a crow would be nice. The third animal's a naughty little monkey.
The scale suddenly got smaller. I imagine they're not gonna get another lion. I'm pretty sure that one's, been gone for a while.
The Money the monkey. Nope, the one who plays the role of the monkey is Simon. Bunny's a little too small. He's like the villain who tries to break the love between The elephant and the tiger. How will the elephant and the tiger control their destiny? Isn't it wonderful? I guess?
No. I thought Mr. Keys just did all the grunt work.
Wouldn't you feel sorry for Simon if he didn't get to perform on stage?
No? Can you tell me more about the preparation for the show?
Simon handled everything, so I don't know that much about it. Simon insisted on it. He wanted me to focus on the show. I saw Simon doing something near the well, though.
The well? If I recall, it was behind the stage.
He even moved the giant cage all by himself. Simon's such a nice guy.
Sounds like something Simon would do, while crying profusely.
During the preparation, Simon went back and forth between the workroom and the courtyard. They were using the workroom to store our equipment.
What equipment would they need, really? I guess the ring that goes on fire, the ball, the cages for the animals, but the elephant's still here for some reason.
Only Simon entered that room, so I don't know anything about it.
The workroom was the one where we found the dead body. Simon was the only one to enter the workroom A.
Bad news just keep on coming. Mr. Lawyer, please promise me you'll help Simon, just like that guy. Don't worry, despite his looks, Mr. Edwards is really amazing.
Despite my looks? And just what is wrong with the way I look? Is it the frills? It's probably the frills. Oh my. Oh, it's you.
There you are, Regina darling. Ah, Miss Rowland. I was looking all over for you. I wanted to have a little chat with you.
Uh-oh. That's a very low horn. Hello, I'm gonna interrupt your chat. Can you tell me a little about this business?
Currently, this place is my pride and joy, which I call our home.
So that thing is alive, right? I mean, it moves, but everything moves. Doesn't seem to be blinking. But she also just pet it. Because she loves animals, so she covered herself in their fur. When I first came here, this prison was but a terrible state. Can't seem to do her accent right. Terrible state, you mean the prisoner's attitude? There are no bad children in my family. See, it's smiling, so I assume it's alive and just likes to bite its own tail.
It was the environment that was terrible. That is why, after giving it a lot of thought, I enlisted the help of the animals. And look at these little paws, aren't they adorable? Being tougher together with animals will soften up even the most hardened criminals. Right now, everyone has returned to the most honest self. Except for the guy with the dog. He was already honest with himself, he loved killing. Just take a look at Frankie. He's a model prisoner.
A model prisoner who was trying to steal from a dead body.
There are lots of model prisoners here, but Frankie is number one. He's proactive with his job, training, and helps out with chores.
Don't the other model prisoners do job training and chores?
Eh? Don't be silly, they all do, of course. It's just that Frankie here, he has his sights set on something different.
Something feels strange.
In any case, he's a very good boy. Please get along with one another. The enchanting music, the prancing animals, the very big circus is fabulous. If you come here, you can see a show once a month.
Really? Then maybe I should. Was she just thinking about committing a crime? Once a month, you said. Is it always very big circus?
Of course, I'm Regina Darling's biggest fan. My darling Regina, she's just so fabulous. Look at those sparkles.
Okay.
She is such a cutie pie, I could just eat her up.
Please don't, that would be a crime.
Really likes her darling Regina. That is why I'm worried about poor little Simon. If he is found guilty, Regina Darling will be heartbroken. I mean, it'd be the second time it's happened. Mr. Lawyer, please take care of little Simon. If there's anything I can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Well, our chat didn't stop. Do you know about this?
This facility is filled with my love. Once you step inside, you won't be able to leave. You'll form an iron bonds.
So you're saying that the security here is flawless?
Come now, would you please stop using such crude words like security? Chains of love, the bonds that bind them.
He thinks everything's alright because of the tight bonds. What about Saw's broken bracelet? I'd hear your thoughts about this.
Very well, come here, you.
Let go of my hat, that's not what I wanted you to look at.
Oh my, I'm sorry, how thoughtless of me. Public eating should begin with a hug and a kiss.
This isn't a joke. Okay, so I can't present people. There's still something I need to have her view. What about the dog? Oh. Yeah, Frank saw it from the first game, I think. He's in this prison. Her expression changed. Could you tell me about this family member?
You're mistaken. Those outside my circle of love are not called family members.
I see. So they're things outside her control. So that means the dog is actually his, not something he trained. Got the rubber glove. Nope. Gotta be something she wants to talk about. Yeah, we talked to him. I don't think I put that one on YouTube. Well, speaking of, he's right here.
Ah, Mr. Attorney, how are we doing today?
We're doing... Hey, we just met a few moments ago.
Please do forgive me. Ever since I've come here, I've been working on refining my speech.
That's not the only thing that needs refining.
Right now, I'm helping out with the cleanup after a show. Ah, but if there's anything you need, please let me know. You have my full cooperation.
Oh, here he is.
I'm in the middle of volunteer work right now. As you can see, I'm a model prisoner. I have been reborn inside the prison.
Reborn as a thief.
That was... the devil made me do it. How can you blame the devil? You're a disgrace to thieves. I have nothing to say. I still have much to learn.
As a thief?
But as you can see, I've exchanged my bracelet for a working one. I will continue to devote myself to being a model prisoner.
Again with the model prisoner. Give it a rest already. Yep, he's the one that found the dead body. We don't think he's the one that committed the murder, but he was trying to steal from Knightley's body while he was dead.
I'm trained to pay my respects to society once I become eligible for parole. So you were watching training instead of watching... so you were training instead of watching Animal Show.
So there were only two people who did not watch the Animal Show, Sod and Dogen. Why aren't you saying anything about Dogen earlier?
Well, if you asked any inmate about this prison, they'd all think twice before telling you. That person is like the ruler of this place. Around here, we call him the supplier.
The supplier?
If you ask him nicely, he can provide you with anything you want. What? Is that allowed? No, normally it's not allowed, but with him, it's another story. He supposedly has a secret route to procure these goods.
As a supplier, Dogen would be in a position of power.
However, I put all that behind me. All I care about now is applying mud packs to the animals.
Mud packs? Yes, secretly, Dogen is actually Mr. Shields. Well, Mr. Shields is his supplier for candy.
I coat the animal's fur with mineral-rich mud packs and give it a beautiful shine. Hell with my training, I give them all to the animals in prison. Each and every one of them.
Mud, huh? Could be related to that piece of evidence. I should present it to him. Very descriptive, Edward. I guess this.
That has nothing to do with me, so I know nothing about it.
Are you sure about that? I think you know more than you let on.
Preposterous, from head to toe. There's not a single thing about me that is a lie, because I am a model prisoner.
The hair on his head is a lie. That's probably better if I didn't say anything about it. He did toss it at me earlier. Mud packs, huh? Alright, now this one I feel like should at least have a special response of like, ah yes, that, right. It's covered in dirt.
That's the rubber glove I dropped.
Where'd the mud on the glove come from?
Ah, that is mud from my mud packs. Obviously. At the time I was practicing applying my mud packs.
Could you tell me when this took place on the day of the incident?
Ah, since the animal show had started. I'd say it was around 9 AM. The mud packs turned the animals' bodies pitch black. My heart was pure white. I was totally engrossed with it, covering the animals in mud.
Prison life must be taxing on your stress levels.
Thanks to the warden's policies, I can undergo job training here. I owe her a debt of gratitude.
Anything else? Maybe the dog. Anything about the dog? No. Yeah, I didn't think you know about the keys, but... I guess we're done talking to him for now. Going to examine every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. This crude-looking well seems handcrafted. Was it built by the inmates? There's a bunch of tools lying around the well. Long piece of rope. Heavy-looking weight. It weighs 33 pounds, it says so right here. There's even a couple of pulleys. Okay, please stop touching other people's things. But it's public property, kind of. Stingy pants, I'm just checking stuff out. It's not like I'm gonna take them home with me. Still, these tools, what were they used for? But really, I would have loved to show everyone here yesterday. You did a wonderful job on the stage, Regina darling. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad all the prisoners came to see it. Well, about that. Just between you and me, not everyone came to see the show. That would be Doggin and Sod, I imagine. There were 3 people who didn't see your show yesterday. Unbelievable, really. Excuse me, but did you say there were 3 prisoners who didn't see the show? That's right, I took a count and there were 3 empty seats. And we even had the correct number of seats set out, except for 1 for Dogan, so that makes 4 people technically, but whatever. Doesn't that seem weird to you, Mr. Edward? It does. We had thought that Dogan and Sod were the only 2 prisoners who were not present in the courtyard during this show, but that doesn't add up. Where'd the 3rd prisoner go? Further investigation is needed. Ah, I was having so much fun talking to you, Regina darling. I completely forgot. Time to feed my baby. What? About the elephant? Or Venus flytrap? Oh, crocodile. Or alligator. Oh, Allie. Ally? You look as cute as ever. Oh. Oh, how cute. Her name is Allie? Yep, she's Allie the alligator. She's my favorite out of all my family. How lovely. I wish I could do more voices, but I just haven't really been practicing. Probably should just do that in my spare time, I guess. How lovely. I want to try petting it. If Regina darling wants to pet it, then go right ahead. I'll allow it. They seem pretty excited. We need to go check the prison cells, don't we? That's right. Let's look for the 3rd prisoner who didn't see the animal show and have a convenient way out of this conversation before I'm forced to hug an alligator. Mr. Edward. Finally found you, sir. Hey, it's me, everybody's fan favorite. Detective Gumshoe, I take the investigation is running smoothly. Judge and the prosecutor haven't showed up yet. Oh yeah, I also got your message, sir. What was the result of the examination of the victim's cell? We hit the jackpot, sir. Traces of blood were found on the cell floor, along with some kind of weird, like, I don't know, smells like potatoes, but today was carrot day. I don't know, wasn't a whole lot there, though.
That should prove the murder occurred in the holding cell. Indeed, probability is increased. However, we still cannot say for certain.
I thought you'd say that, sir, so I asked the lab guys to look into it a little further. They were like, why are you trying to make our job harder? And then I gave them an extra $1, and they're like, alright, let's do this. They're running an analysis on the blood, so we'll know the victims, if it's the victims or not.
Way to go, Gummy, good thinking. Detective, you've outdone yourself. What caused this sudden foresight?
I'm actually a little hurt that you're so surprised by it, sir. But I was like, I need a new mattress. It was like, I should probably work on her if I want that mattress.
Hope nothing bad comes of this. Probably gonna end up being the dog's blood or something. Or the guard's blood. Watch the big plot twist. It's not even Knightley that's dead, it's the guard. The guard that's knocked unconscious is actually Knightley. Once we get the results, we can prove the scene was the holding cell, which leads. Finding out how the doggy managed to sneak his way in there.
Just leave that to me, pal. Since that other prosecutor isn't here, we can investigate as much as we want. That's why I brought my secret weapon with me.
Secret weapons?
That's right, pal. They gotten down a few jams before. Take a gander at Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons.
Looks like he'll come in handy. Want to take him up in his offer, Miles? Detective, please allow us the use of your secret weapons.
Sure thing, sir. First, I'll give you a rundown.
That's the best one right there. You could stop right there, Gumshoe.
Secret weapon number 1, trusty metal detector. Where we find all kinds of metallic objects. I've found at least $30 with this thing.
As its name implies.
Next, secret weapon number 2, everyone's favorite pal. Missile. Alright, never mind. You know what? You went from good to great. You can track any scent you want, especially the scent of food.
He's much cuter than Mr. Dogan's dog.
Secret weapon number 3, it's this.
Is that a fishing pole? That could be useful, actually. What are you trying to catch?
No, actually, I just bought it by accident.
Never mind that, it could be useful. What next, Detective?
That's all of them, sir.
What? You called them the 7 secret weapons. There's only 3 of them. I was looking forward to 7 references.
That's all I have for now, pal. We can use the rest next time. You know, when Phoenix gives them back to me. Can't just reveal them all at once. Why do you think they're called secret weapons, pal?
Doesn't matter. We just use the 3 that he's provided.
Alright, which one do you want to use?
Just one what? The metal detector, if you please. It's usually the most useful one.
Metal detector, sir. I'll sweep the area right away.
And there's Kieran doing stuff.
Metal detector activate.
What happened, Detective?
Sorry about that, sir. Seems the battery's dead.
Oh man, guess we can't use that then.
Looks like the metal detector won't be any help to us. Try another one, sir. Alright, which one do you want to use?
Fishing pole is probably going to be the one that works for us, but...
Missile? You want missile, sir? Hey pal, over here, missile.
There he is.
First, let's decide what center you should track down.
We are searching for the route Dogan's new dog used to get the detention cell. The route would also have to be the same path used to carry the body to the prison. So if we have him track the scent of the body... That should lead us to the path.
I'm glad he actually has a model too. It's great. Don't you smell something sweet? All I can smell is the scent of blood. Very faint scent, like a cake or something. Scent of cake from the body? Alright, mister, get a good whiff of that scent, pal. Come on, let's follow after him.
That way he's heading towards the special cell. He's gone straight inside.
Yes, let's follow him. Where's Doggin? This is Doggin's cell, but it looks like he's absent at the moment. Somehow. Maybe he's being interrogated?
What's in here?
I think he found something. What could there be in this room? We better take a look. Bet the ground probably moves here or something. Dogan's chessboard. Feels that hound piece on it.
Chessboard has legs. Aren't these expensive?
They can be. This is very good craftsmanship.
Mr. Dogan's playing chess kinda unexpected, you know? Figured he'd be more of a Go player or something like that.
Go. Do you play Go, okay?
I'm really good at Go Bang.
But that's not Go. Is that a no then? Nothing of interest here. Okay, fine. Aha, the coffee cup must be the... Or the teacup must be the switch. Suppose he has his tea time in here too?
Playing chess while drinking tea in his cell. Isn't this going a bit overboard with special treatment? Like he gets whatever he wants.
Don't complain to me. You should tell him yourself. I think I'll pass on that. I'll die.
Chisels Doggin uses.
More than enough for him to murder someone with.
Speaking of chisels, it looks like someone used a chisel on your forehead, Mr. Edward.
And what is that supposed to mean?
See, that furrow between your brows is getting deeper. Looks like a carving.
I would leave the subject alone if I were you. Maybe I can double tap even though... No, whatever. The bell?
There's a small chisel here.
I'm not well versed in woodworking, but this seems like a pocket-sized chisel.
A pocket-sized chisel. Must be convenient to have wherever you go.
Is that from a thief's point of view?
No, it's from a great thief's point of view.
Fair. Didn't even skip a beat.
Woof, woof, woof.
Missile, maybe. Maybe that's what you're barking at? Whoa, hey! Knock it off, pal! No, chocolate cake is bad for dogs. That's how it's gonna be. I'll eat it all myself. Wow, that was pretty good.
Heh, good for you. But it looks like someone else has a problem with that.
Oh no!
That wasn't fair, Gummy. I wanted to eat it too.
I doubt it's wise to eat food you find lying in a prison. Anyway, I guess Miss I was barking at the cake, sir. That was pointless.
Is that a police dog going to get the job done?
He's fine, pal. He's just following his stomach instead of his nose. Let's track the center of the body for real this time, Missile. Looks like he found something else, sir. Everybody just chasing after dogs. Stupid bird. Now this cell. This would be Mr. Elbert's cell. I'd like to examine the interior. Detective, call a guard. Roger that, sir. Good work, Detective. By the way, is J. Elbert still being held in this disciplinary room?
No, he should have already returned. He was present during the noon roll call. He may have been assigned to work someplace else.
I see. Well then, maybe examine the cell.
Yes, sir.
Is she okay with that? The sandbag shows signs of repeated use.
Aha! You want a box too, Missile?
Look at him go! It can't be. Detective, move the sandbag at once. Yes, sir!
hole. This is...
Hey, Missile, come back here.
I'm going to. Hold it.
I'll stop him, sir. You're gonna get stuck? Yep. It's too tight for me, sir.
Detective. Can't be helped.
I'll have to wait for her to contact me. They just leave Gumshoe stuck in the hole? Hello, Kay. Are you alright?
Don't get so worked up. Right now I'm in the detention center.
The detention center?
That hole comes out the nightly cell.
Really? Stay where you are. I'm coming over there now.
Mr. Edward. I really helped out, didn't I?
Indeed. Doesn't appear to be injured. He's so worried. These floorboards have been ripped out from under the bed, sir. I see. Seems we found what we were looking for. There's a passageway between the detention center and the prison, blocked by solid doors. However, there's a secret underground tunnel beneath it. Somehow. We were following a sweet scent and arrived here. That means the scent must have come from Knightley's body. Come to think of it, his body was covered in dirt. It may have caused by passing through the tunnel. Okay, what was the inside of the tunnel look like?
It was pitch black, so I really couldn't see much, but I took some photos. Conveniently.
Please show us. That's a very bright photo. I guess she does have the flash.
This is... Spoons and forks were being used to dig the tunnel.
But more importantly, what are these footprints? These footprints, could they belong to a dog? This will surely be vital evidence. However, before we consider that, we have a big problem. A problem? Jailer Bird could use this tunnel to move around freely. Detective, confirm his whereabouts post-haste. Perhaps he's... You may be right, sir. This is a big deal. He might have escaped. After speaking with the guards, a search for J. Elbird was carried out immediately. Searched every nook and cranny of the detention center. I was proud of them, but in the end, they found no sign of him. Even though there are two guards, like, right here, but whatever. This detention center is very lax in security. Did you contact the police?
Yes, ma'am. We've already done that. We've set up a security perimeter around the prison, ma'am.
Right. This is the first scandal in our prison's history.
We're so sorry.
It's completely different from before.
Mr. Edworth, was it? Thank you for finding the escapee's tunnel, but it's a little too late.
Mr. Elber's long since left here. I don't believe he's gone far beyond the detention center. I don't believe he's gone beyond the detention center. There are security gates located at the exit of the detention center. Also, he has a bear. I believe it would have been difficult to get through those, wouldn't you agree?
Maybe he has another tunnel.
We certainly can't deny the possibility, however.
Anyway, there's no use in you being here now. Please return to your investigation.
Yes, we'll do that.
You guys get back to your posts too.
Yes, ma'am. Detective Gumshoe, sure, I'm not Elbert at all. We got results of that blood test you requested. Good work, pal. These are the forensic results of the blood stain found in Knightley's cell.
What's it say, Mr. Edward?
The blood is confirmed to have been Knightley's. Surprising.
Hey now, that's good news. Let me clap condescendingly. We found the blood stain in Knightley's cell, discovered the tunnel the dog used. Furthermore, security camera shows footage of a dog attacking Knightley in his cell.
We have all the evidence we need. It's time we ask Dogen a few questions.
Dogen, did you say? Please, use utmost caution. That man even has a henchman inside the prison.
Outside the prison. Or outside the prison. Is this related to the secret trade routes of the supplier?
Police have been searching for Dogen's henchman for ages.
Pretty sure it's been walking through the prison casually this whole time. I've also been helping them, but that means back then.
Even after all the trouble you went through to get the evidence transferred from the pleading. That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. Can't report back empty-handed. An assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh?
You had evidence transferred from the pleading.
Yes, we borrowed all evidence concerning Dogan. I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but no matter how much evidence we have on him, we can't get a single word out of him.
A warden interrogates him herself?
Why go that far? Lose your focus and he'll eat you alive. Be on your guard.
Well, you made Uncle Ray a little nervous. Maybe I'll take a break. Do a little bow. And now he's conveniently back here with his dog. And of course they're here. Can I take a rain check? What are you doing here?
Questioning a prisoner. Do you forget that we are investigating as well? Hello, Krusty. Hope you're having a good night.
It's been a very uneventful stream so far. I have not messed up as far as I'm aware. I'm used to messing up at least 5 times.
Or rather, have you forgotten my warning?
That was so I jinxed myself so we messed up.
If you value your badge, you should not appear before me again.
I'm sorry if you thought that I would abide by those words. I would overlook something important just to heed your warning.
I've come to test for a testimony about the truth of this case, which you have overlooked. You mean to say you require my humble services?
As I promised, I've returned to prove that you are the culprit.
Interesting, do tell. Objection!
So that's his voice, huh?
Before that?
No.
Objection! Before that, you should listen to our reasoning. We can say with confidence that Simon Keyes is the culprit. Only Simon Keyes could have moved Mr. Knightley into the prison. And we can show proof of this fact. But first, I'd like to hear your resolve, Prosecutor Edworth.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks ago, Sivia. I don't even remember what I did 2 weeks ago.
If our reasoning is correct, will you submit to us your prosecutor's badge?
Yeah. You're the prime of his badge. Also, hey, I guess I'm here now too. Is that a threat, pal? I'll report you to the other judge, I guess.
It's not a threat, rather an act of compassion. Normally, I wouldn't even have taken notice of you, since you have no right to investigate. However, if you are able to show proper resolve, I would be willing to let you be my opponent.
Her hair looks like a chocolate bar. Like the front of it that swoops in front of her face. Or maybe like a stick of really dirty butter.
Are you willing to risk it, your prosecutor's badge? Mr. Edworth.
Mr. Edworth, sir! Very well. I trust my own reasoning, but moreover... At the moment, I am currently a defense attorney's assistant, first and prosecutor's second. I will not sully the good name of the Edworth law offices. I intend to see my job through. I won't yield to your threats.
So be it. Is this bravery, or simply foolishness?
I don't say it's foolishness, you'll call her.
On the goddess of law's behalf, I shall be the judge of that. Sebastian, allow me to.
Yeah, I got it. I'm counting on you. So, yeah, okay, whatever.
I presume you know of the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday?
Yes, we was talking about.
He attacked a guard and stole his keys. And then there was another set of keys here. Simon Keyes. Afterwards, Simon Keyes stopped by his cell with an animal cage from the show.
With an animal cage? I didn't hear that part.
During this time, Mr. Knightley was able to use the stolen key to exit his cell. He then hid in the cage while it was moved to the prison workroom.
So Mr. Keyes went to his cell after all. Wouldn't the security camera have caught all that? Whatever.
After hearing you talk about the security camera yesterday, we investigated it ourselves.
Good.
Why don't you have a look? Yes, please. I have a printout security camera footage. Okay, this is the moment when Mr. Keyes visited Knightley. Exactly. As you can see, the cage creates a huge blind spot in the cell. By using this blind spot, Mr. Knightley could have entered the cage, but he's right there. That is our reasoning. A blind spot, that means the camera doesn't actually show him entering the cage. At this time, there's still a possibility that Knightley never left his cell. Especially because in that picture you can see his face. Why would he be hiding inside an animal cage? Mr. Knightley was planning to escape from the prison. That is the only possibility. Prison escape, that's so cool. First Mr. Elbert, now Mr. Knightley. I won't let them show me up. I'm going to escape from prison. Here I go! Oh, I can just walk out the front door. Best prison escape ever. This isn't the time to get excited, okay? Where are you going? J. Elbert's escape is a no-laughing matter. Simon Keyes was aiding Mr. Knightley in his escape. In other words, he was an accomplice. Not bad, Simon. But, why'd he kill him then? Don't praise him. That cage was transported temporarily to the workroom. Originally, Mr. Knightley was to remain hidden until the end of the animal show. He would then be carried out along with the cage. I presume that was the plan. However, midway through the plan, he was betrayed by Simon Keyes and murdered. Judge Courtney's reasoning does appear to make sense, except for that last part. However, there must be a hole somewhere. In fact, there's like 4. I must not overlook anything. But you know, I can't point those out. This game mechanic.
Hold it!
Hold it. Where are the keys? You have proof that Knightley stole the keys. Here's the only explanation as to why Mr. Knightley would attack the guard. That kind of thing would not hold up in court. It's the only explanation. It's like, but there's another explanation, and you don't have proof that is the only explanation. We will know for certain the moment the god regains consciousness. Is that really true? Should I ask Judge Courtney for more information? Yes. There's one point in your reasoning that is odd. If Knightley did indeed steal the key, I'd expect he'd try to escape immediately. Was it really necessary for him to wait for Mr. Keyes to help him escape? He simply chose the method with the highest probability of success. After stealing the key, he concealed it on his persona. As he waited for an opportune moment, that is what I believe. Concealed the key? Judge Courtney, such an oversight is unlike you. Knightley could not have concealed the key, and I can prove it. Did not hide the key, and the proof is... what? The proof is... The proof is... I don't know exactly what thing they want me to show. No, not that. No, not that. And I guess the investigation would be it, because they searched the entire prison, didn't find a murder weapon or the keys. Right? I don't know. No keys in there. This may be where we get hit, because I'm not entirely certain. Let's see. Guess I'll go with the investigation. Nope, that wasn't it. Yep, I jinxed it. Good. I'm glad.
Okay, maybe I don't have the evidence yet. Like, obviously he hid them inside the chessboard, but I don't know if the game knows that I should know that yet. I don't know. Yes, he stopped the detention center holding cell with the cage. This is Simon Key's own testimony, it can't be denied. Does the nightly cell end up drawing suspicion as one would imagine? Simon was just clumsy. His clumsiness led him to bring the cage into the detention center, or he brought the cage to help Mr. Knightley escape. Which explanation do you think is more natural? The clumsy one. Ugh. I see you understand. Simon Keyes carried the cage to the detention center. I mean, have you met the guy? He has a monkey. You have proof Knightley stole the keys. Is the only explanation, blah blah blah. No, not yet. Just really continue with the reasoning. Whether both of those lead to the same thing. Definitely means I have something here. I'm just trying to figure out what that is, because I don't know. Why would he have needed to do such a thing? No, to escape. How else would you explain his actions? That is... Animal cages are made of metal. They would not have been subjected to a check. Animal show takes place once a month. So naturally, Simon Keyes would have known about it. That wasn't enough to negate her point. As long as the cage was covered, it would have been simple to avoid the guard's eyes. But instead of helping Mr. Knightley escape, Simon Keyes betrayed and killed him. Do you have a motive, though? Truly unforgivable crime. Then Mr. Knightley stole the keys, but he denied it, didn't he? Unless Knightley had the keys, the logic doesn't add up. This will be the breaking point. Try pressing the testimony further. Okay, so I definitely have something. Let's see. I guess the keys themselves could be the thing. Because, like, current location, unknown. I think I have to press it again. Let's see, what does she say exactly here? I guess it is the keys themselves. It just seems weird, but... Take that! Haven't the guards informed you yet? They searched Knightley after he attacked the guard, and the key was nowhere to be found. Since the key's location is unknown, your logic doesn't hold. The keys are the key. And hello, Blood Silver. I think it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Too late though, I already messed it up. That is not an issue, there is an explanation. Mr. Knightley had the key, it is simply it wasn't found. The reason being, he concealed it inside the chessboard. The chessboard? You mean the one that concealed the murder weapon? Come now, how do we know whether or not the murder weapon was really there? What? Take responsibility for your own words. That was all Sebastian's idea after all. Those two don't always agree on their reasoning. Throwing him under the bus and then backing it up after it's already rolled him over. In other words, once we put all the pieces together, the chess pieces, Mr. Knightley concealed the key stole from the guard inside the chessboard. Get out of the country. I hope that went well. Welcome back to this nondescript country. When Simon Keyes arrived, Mr. Knightley used the key to slip out of his cell. He entered the animal cage and transported it to the workroom. All thanks to his accomplice, Simon Keyes. I didn't say anything. Why am I a jerk? I specifically avoided saying something. Okay. Okay. Yeah, be sure to eat your burgers. Wow, what do you mean I didn't need to? I didn't even show anything on my face. Maybe I'll just play my harmonica. Doesn't work! No, you share a brain. With like 30 people. Like Reba. Mr. Knightley had planned to be carried outside after the show had ended. However, he was betrayed by his accomplice and murdered during the circus performance. Still not getting a motive here. That's kind of bothering me. This girl's like, this and that, and here it goes, but then, why did he kill him? Mr. Keyes performed in the show. He would have had no opportunity to murder him during the circus performance. Overruled. No opportunity, is that so? The story plays itself out on stage. Such was the case with the animal show. So she examined the content of the show. Because things are tomorrow. I'm wondering what things are going to be tomorrow. But good night, Bloodsilver. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good time on your trip. Welcome home. The suspect plays the role of the villain who antagonizes the elephant heroine. In the final act, the villain is defeated by the heroine's love and all ends well. At that point, the suspect, the role of the villain, is blown away by the heroine's burning love and makes his exit. But blown away by the elephant? Was he hurt? After being blown away, the suspect disappeared from the stage. The suspect was absent from the stage for about 15 minutes. Are you saying the crime was committed during that time? Even such a short period of time, it would still be possible to carry out the murder. Not against a trained guy. And not without a weapon. But you know what, whatever. Don't you think so? No. Not at all. She's probably fired. I feel like the old judge is better than this girl. And that's a sad insult. So he committed the crime in 15 minutes and returned to the stage. That may have been possible if the crime scene had been the prison. Judge Courtney, the actual crime took place in the detention center. I'm afraid I cannot accept that camera footage alone as evidence. Or even apparently evidence at all, but whatever. As for evidence, I have it. Well then, please show us your evidence. Where's the evidence that shows the scene of the crime was the detention center? Bloodstains. This is the floor. Oh, goddess of law, I am unable to comprehend your mysterious ways. This is what we discovered. The area here was tested positive for Mr. Knightley's blood. This blood test, can it really be trusted? To begin with, how were you able to conduct a scientific investigation? That was me, pal. I happen to have a subordinate. I can't vouch for his competence, but he's a man that I trust. I don't know if I was insulted or complimented. I got his trust, but I'm not whatever he said. Ah. Well, I guess that means he's my pal. That detective, this concerns me. I cannot think why one would disturb the order of law. Prosecutor Investigation Committee's influence goes as far as the police department. Gummy's in trouble. Forgive me, detective, I'm afraid something bad may come of this. Another cut in your paycheck, most likely. But I will give you part of my pay. I'll treat you to lunch. I will accept the fact that blood was found in the detention center as evidence. However... Objection! How ridiculous. This is unthinkable of you, you third-rate prosecutor. I went up from worthless. You're here? I completely forgot about him. How ironic. There's a giant contradiction in your statement.
According to the security tape, the dog killed Knightley in his cell. Then after he left the cell, the blood on the floor was wiped away. Did the dog wipe away the bloodstains? Or as if that could happen. Yeah, my dog's pretty good. That is possible. Of my Anubis, right, boy? Also, I guess you forgot that I was here. That was one of the tricks I taught him when I was still out in the outside world. He makes sure to hide any bloodstains he makes. Wait, why am I telling you this? So as to not leave behind any evidence. I was saved, if only by chance. Yeah, right? Like, why are you telling us that we're putting you in the spotlight? Shouldn't you have taught your dog how to shake or something? Well, he knows that too. Anubis also performs that trick very well. Shake, boy. The shake I taught him is a little different from the others. First, he bites the victim's hand. And then he slaps him with it and shakes it around. I don't want to hear any more. I see. I understand. Prosecutor Edworth. Here's you've gathered a good hand. Objection! Yeah, you didn't notice that? I think I pointed that out last time. He's the boss. My argument isn't over yet. Objection overruled. Right, she can do that. Hey now, that's a little harsh. Sebastian, would you allow me the privilege of explaining? Sure, Justine. You finally realize the murder occurred in the detention center. Therefore, that assassin's pet dog. Overruled! My opinion has not changed, unless I can understand how the dog was able to enter and leave the crime scene. I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic, Prosecutor Edward. Hold it, that's not how whatever. I'm waiting for you to say that. Now, let me show you. The evidence shows the route the dog used to go between the detention center and prison. This photo. It makes me laugh, but it's so alarming. Shows a secret tunnel hidden in this prison. That's impossible. It's a secret tunnel. This tunnel was dug by the escaped prisoner, J. Elbert. It begins in his prison cell, and is connected to a holding cell in the detention center, namely the victim's cell. Oof, I'm shocked. How did this... Doggin, you must have known of this, since you used this tunnel to commit murder. Overruled! Why is this a shock? This is like the least shocking over... In the name of the goddess of law, I hereby reject Prosecutor Edward's claim. Hold it. What do you mean? Evidence is everything, and even... that remains true here even just as in the courtroom. Isn't that right? I have evidence here. Horace Knightley's autopsy report. Autopsy report? Since when? Why are you surprised? I mean, I handed it to her. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was spam mail. This was delivered straight from the police a short while ago. Not complete yet. More of a preliminary report. Here, the very word of the goddess of law is written. Cause of death, stab wound to the neck, died instantly. Murder weapon, sharp metal object. The victim was stabbed multiple times in the same spot with a sharp metal object. Again, that dog probably has metal teeth. Although they were unable to determine the actual shape of the murder weapon, they have clear proof that it was a sharp metal object. You still stand by your claim that a dog used sharp object to kill the victim? This can't be! Wait, yes it can. That guy taught his dog how to wipe up blood. I'm sure he could teach him to stab someone. Every time I want to yell mail! That is all. Court is adjourned. Objection. But wait, the tunnel contains the dog's footprints. Perhaps it might have been one of Anubis' walking courses. I can never tell what Anubis gets up to outside myself. Something feels unnatural about all this, but I have no evidence. Courtney Pie, you sure pulled a hidden gem at the last moment. You waited for the perfect time to reveal the autopsy report. Have I let her out with me again? Appointed Attorney Shields. Here was the autopsy report from earlier. I apologize for the delay.
Nah, it's alright. Thank you. How about a hug? Hey, there's a very short, like, learning curve when it comes to stabbing someone and wiping up something, okay? The motions are the same. Left, right, left, right. Left, right, left, right. It's the same motion. And the dog can do it. I gladly accept it. Here you go, Edgeworth. Mr. Shields. I don't believe it's necessary to hold hands while exchanging documents. I'd advise you to stop. Huh? Great. Persist any longer, I shall call upon the strength of the goddess of law. In other words, I'll smack you in the head. I'll be careful. Justine, smack me in the head. I mean, well done, just as planned. Just as I planned. I only acted in accordance to your instructions. The autopsy report came straight from the police. I can't refute it. However, if the murder weapon wasn't the dog, Doggin would be cleared of suspicion. The merciful goddess of law so decrees. If you choose to yield now, your badge will not be taken. What do you do, sir? Says that, but, she also says a lot of things. I think she might be crazy. My answer remains the same. Judge Courtney, it is as I said before. I will see my job through. I will not yield to threats. So even now, you still refuse to give up? If you want to keep your badge, this is maybe your last chance. Right now, I am defense attorney's assistant. What I protect is not my badge, but my client. Well said. The goddess of law grows weary of your sentiments. Hold it. Now we're talking. Miles is starting to understand. The defense attorney never gives up. Actually, those were the words of your old man. My father? Again? It really is in your blood. You're a spitting image of him right now, minus the frills. You said it yourself. You've changed since you were tainted by Von Karma. It's only now that I've actually come to believe it. Mr. Shields. Well then, Miles, time for me to put those skills to the test. Think beyond your limits. The murder weapon was a sharp object. Does that really negate your reasoning? The murder weapon was a sharp object. That's it. There were 5 chisels placed inside the special cell. Doggin is a foreman assassin. How is it possible you could kill someone with just a chisel? In that case, the weapon that killed Horace Knightley was... Is that all? Well then, I suppose you'll be giving up. Where? What? Evidence is everything, didn't you say? The murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, such a weapon is yet to be found. But what? So what are you trying to say? Only decisive evidence is the actual murder weapon itself. And that it was in plain sight this whole time. The murder weapon is... Doggin's chisel. What did you say? Overruled! Overruled. Shut up. Take responsibility for your own statements. The scene of the crimes was Mr. Knightley's cell. You said so yourself. If the evidence changes, then so will my logic. That too is courtroom procedure, is it not? I mean, sometimes. Sometimes it turns into a bird, but logic stays the same. Right? That can't feel good. I wonder what hurts more, that or getting hit by Francisca's whip. They probably are pretty comparable. If the chisel was used, that means the killer was human. However, the fact remains that we cannot deny the security photo. Yeah, what about that photo? I'll give you the answer. Photo shows the moment. It shows him when he left at the dog, not when he killed him. Dogan's dog left at night. However, the victim did not die at that time. Didn't die. He was only knocked unconscious. The dog didn't move the dead body, it moved the unconscious Knightley. And the real killer was its owner. I see. If the victim was moved, it would have been possible for Dogan to commit the murder. I love this music, action music, and use the murder weapon. Indeed, the killer is... Sirhan Dogen. Can only be you.
I bet your teacher used to write on your report card. Needs to pay more attention on what others say.
I would think that describes you more. Speaking from experience.
We examined that room, every nook, crook, and granny, right, Justine?
I almost said nook and cranny, but it's like, no, that's crook and granny.
I do not.
I mean, if you searched every crook, that's a good thing, but don't search the grannies. What did they do to you? The grandmas didn't stab Knightley. He was a model citizen when it came to taking care of the elderly. I mean, look at what he's doing with Dogen. He's playing chess with them all the time.
We examined all 4 of Mr. Dogen's chisels.
There's 5, though.
And found no traces of blood.
Hold it. Thank you, Judge Courtney. Thanks to you, I am now certain.
Thanks to me? Whatever do you mean?
When I came here earlier, I saw 5 chisels.
That's right. There were definitely 5 before.
And a bell. So the one that disappeared was the smallest one, presumably for portable use. Dogen, where's the chisel?
I'm not free to leave this place. I have no need for portable chisels.
Not free to leave? In that case, he mustn't have been free to hide the deadly chisel either. Dogen, you just dug your own grave.
It seems you know something. Would you care to show it?
Dogen couldn't leave, so the place he hid the chisel is... in his cell, I assume. Dogen is a prisoner,
so he can't leave his cell freely. Perhaps he could have sent his dog out to dispose of it.
but he would not have been able to confirm the weapon's location.
So what does that mean?
Above all else, special metal tools are allowed in this cell. Even if the chisel were to appear here, no one would suspect a thing. You'd be a fool to not take advantage of that.
I see, of course, it's always the safest if you do something yourself.
Objection!
But I examined everything. I didn't find any hiding place in this cell.
I am certain the murder weapon is there. The reason you haven't found it is because it was cleverly hidden.
You say I hid it? Where, exactly?
Think. Where could he have hidden it? I have to remember everything up to this point. There must be some clue. Ah, does this mean what I think it means? Let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth. Bark? Come to think of it, that dog hasn't barked at me once today. Previously, when I came to the special cell, it barked on Dogen's command. Or without Dogen's command, I don't know. That's it. That's what's been out of place. There's just one place he could have hidden the murder weapon.
Giving up on Reddy? How dull, how dull.
I figured this was the case. It's in the...
It has to...
Yeah, it has to be in the dog. I will present evidence. This piece of evidence shows where you concealed the murder weapon. Hasn't your dog been awfully quiet today? Like, they haven't mentioned a hollow thing, so it's like the only other place to be concealed is the dog's mouth.
Sirhan Dogen, open that dog's mouth now. Anubis hasn't barked needlessly, except for when he barks at you. I ordered him to do that before. Also, he's been licking my face, have you noticed?
In that case, order it to bark now. Naturally, you should be able to, if you have nothing to hide.
It was inevitable. Anubis, show them your mouth.
As you can see, the dog of this size can easily conceal a small chisel in its...
What? Why a chisel? The dog really had one in its mouth. I'm scared.
I thought he was unusually quiet. Was he unable to follow this discussion?
Sebastian, could you call the forensics department? Urgently, please. Ugh, I got it. I'm scared.
Sir! A reaction! The chisel test promises for blood!
What?
I guess that proves my theory wasn't just nonsense.
Well, you know.
Would this chisel be the murder weapon then?
It reacted positively for blood, there's no doubt about that. But whose blood is it? Mr. Sirhan Doggin, now that the murder weapon has been found, I must ask you for your testimony. We know your dog got to the detention center, and we found the murder weapon. You still think you can talk your way out of this? Interesting. This guy, even at a time like this, he's still smiling. Well, Anubis, seems like everyone's become suspicious of you. Quite troubling, but since it has come to this, we have no choice but to tell the truth. I did not kill anyone. I have long since grown weary of killing. His face looks completely composed. It seems we'll need to listen to Mr. Dogan's explanation. Please promptly give your testimony. Certainly. This is gonna be the hardest one yet, I'm sure. First of all, I'd like to explain my motive. I do not know anyone by the name of Knightley. We share no connection. Well, never mind, maybe this is gonna be easier than I thought. So, I wouldn't think of some motive for me to murder would be just to appear out of nowhere. He was about to beat you in chess, so that you tried to kill him. Yeah, that's a pure motive. I'd kill someone over a chessboard. Someone tried to steal my Harry Potter chess, boom, right in the face. But I would never do that. Are you insinuating my Anubis had a motive? He did have chocolate cakes, and he didn't have chocolate cakes, did he? Oh no. Never mind, it was Anubis. You did it. He only bears his fangs at others at my command. I do not hunger for blood, but I do hunger for chocolate cakes. So much as to kill a man, I do not even know. Coming from an assassin sure is persuasive. An assassin who only kills acquaintances? I doubt that would be profitable. I may kill strangers in my line of work, but I never make it personal. That's why I haven't killed you yet. Is there evidence that shows a connection between him and Knightley and Dogan? Shall we review evidence once more? Yep. I was gonna go ahead and do it. The most obvious thing to me. Even if you didn't know about the connection, you have a connection. You've lost your touch, Sirhan Dogan. If you had your dog clean up after you, you should have disposed of this too. This is a record of correspondence chess game found in the victim's cell. This record and the chessboard in your cell both clearly depict the same game. Wait, what? I don't actually think he knew that. I've heard the number of possible chess positions is around 1020 or something. It's 10 times 10, 10 times 10, 120 times 100,000, Is that even a real number? Indeed, there's absolutely no way that these two could have coincided by chance? Coincidence? I don't know. Hell is your reasoning for killing Knightley. Unless you intend to explain this as a coincidence. Well, don't say the truth is stranger than fiction. It is as you said, this is merely a coincidence. But there's no way that could have happened. Hello, Lance. Coincided. Okay. Thank you, Sivia and Lance. Also, hello, Lance, and hello, Sanosuke. Hope you're both having a good night. What a coincidence that you both show up now. My correspondent chess opponents were the victim in this incident? What a horrible coincidence. Aren't you shocked too, Anubis? Anubis, my boy. Looks like I'll tell them the truth, Anubis, my boy. The animal show or something, that was when everyone left. Anubis brought the body to my cell. He had already been stabbed in the neck with the murder weapon. I did not wish to be suspected, so I had Anubis carry the body to the workroom. After that, he pulled the murder weapon out and returned to me. So you're saying the one who pulled the weapon was Anubis? That's right. If I pulled out the murder weapon here, the blood would have been a problem. Isn't this what that saw guy said? Large black dog was biting in the neck of the victim.
Very suspicious.
It was truly a hellish scene. That dog killed him.
I see. So that means saw it, witnessed, you could say he saw it the moment the murder weapon was pulled out.
Oh yes, that prisoner's testimony. It surprised me when I first heard it. It's not too often that Anubis makes a blunder like that. Right, boy? Now then, I believe that explains my actions. I did not kill him. All I did was remove the murder weapon. Now, would that be all? Anubis is getting tired.
Objection!
Objection? Whoa, that was a deeper voice than I thought. Should I have been talking like this? Whoa there, just a moment, Mr. Dogen.
Mr. Shields.
Isn't there one thing you haven't explained? Why would you need to pull out the murder weapon in the first place?
That's right.
I understand why he'd move the body and draw suspicious away from him, but he didn't need to retrieve the murder weapon.
Entertain
I mean, he
me.
kinda did. Thank you for the 7 months in a row subscription, Sanosuke. I greatly appreciate it. Your support what keeps me fed, I guess. Till I either get partnered so I can do other things, or I go out of my way to get another job.
I thought him just a fool, but how quickly his sin has changed. Care to elaborate, Mr. Dogen? It was because of this bell. The bell attached to the murder weapon, and the bell on my dog's neck. They share a distinctive shape, wouldn't you say?
The assassin Sir Handogan's trademark.
The assassin's trademark?
Means whoever was actually behind this, if it's not actually this guy, they were trying their best to blame him. The blind assassin, Sir Handogan. He always appears at the sound of a bell. The sound of a bell ringing in the dark night is said to be the last thing the target hears.
You remember well. It's been a while since you last saw my bells, after all.
When I prosecuted you in court, I confiscated a knife with a bell attached to it.
Yes, my bells. There are only 2 in the world.
Only 2?
They are custom made, attached to my knife and Anubis' collar. Even though I can rely only on my ears, I can easily identify them. Alas, one has been confiscated and is not in my possession.
If there's only 2 in the world, that means this was an inside job, but that also could mean that the guard outfit that was stolen was also stolen by the prisoner that wasn't here for the thing. Which is either someone we haven't met yet, or something else.
Don't think it would be Jay. When Anubis brought the body here, I heard a familiar sound. I thought my knife must have been embedded in the body. So I imagined my confusion when I found out it was merely a chisel with my bell attached.
Indeed, your knife is nothing like this chisel.
Either way, those bells are my trademark. Moreover, I'm the only one in this prison who uses chisels. With all this, I knew I would be falsely suspected. And look at this, I was right! So I removed the murder weapon and hid it.
Hold it!
So you're claiming that you only moved the body?
Hold it. Didn't I tell you? That chisel isn't mine. If you think I'm lying, go ahead, check for my fingerprints. I haven't touched it. Sebastian.
Eh? What? Me? I was, how do I check for, wait, whoa. He was actually paying attention. I was gonna make a joke that, well, I wasn't asleep, but no, he was actually paying attention for once.
Forensics. Yes, ma'am. Reaction. We have fingerprints. They're Knightley's, Justine.
What about Doggin's?
Nope, just Knightley. And there's no evidence of prints being wiped either.
Only Knightley's fingerprints. It can't be.
Should we re-examine it? See now, I never even touched that chisel. Because I ordered Anubis to carry it in his mouth. In other words, the fingerprints belong to that chisel's original owner.
The murder weapon's owner was the victim? This is perplexing.
At any rate, I did not touch the murder weapon. In other words, the killer could not have been me. Isn't that right?
I have nothing to refute that.
How could this be?
Is he really not the killer? Could Doggin's testimony actually be true?
This can't be. It seems this is sufficiently enough not to warrant any further explanation. As it stands, you have not changed the state of the case. I believe this is more than enough reason for us to relieve you of your badge. To save needless fuss, I suggest you hand over your badge right now.
Is it bad, sir? I've been quiet this whole time. I haven't had enough lines. It sounds serious.
It's regrettable, but with those prints, decisive evidence, I'll have to rethink my logic from step one. But there's still so many unexplained things. Why would Mr. Knightley be carrying a chisel? Especially with one with a bell on. It could be used for many things, perhaps even prison escapes. Well then, how did he carry into prison? I mean, the prisoners aren't even allowed cutlery, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I fell asleep.
Even if your reasoning is off at first, you shouldn't let that confuse you. Most important thing is to arrive at the truth, isn't that right? Doesn't matter how you get there. Uh-oh. Dramatic music. The end result is to save Simon. We have to do everything we can for his sake.
Well said, Kay. You know, she's right, with a W.
Nice one, Kay. I really want to scout you for the law firm now. Remember when Uncle Ray said a defense attorney never gives up? Miles, do you understand the true meaning behind those words? True meaning behind those words? Defense attorneys carry the fate of their client on their shoulders. You're the only person who your client can rely on. Just like with Mr. Keys, we're the only ones who can save him now. Maybe the monkey can, but we're linked by that fate to our clients. That's why we must never give up. There's no way Uncle Ray can go against the teaching of Gregory. So, what'll you do? Currently, I am a defense attorney's assistant. No, I am an assistant to my father's firm. I have made a commitment to this case, therefore, if I don't save my client, I cannot say I've achieved it. I will abide by this, to save Simon Keys. No matter how many times my logic fails, I will always find another possibility. You're finally back. It's been 5 seconds. Let's search for that other possibility. To start with, I think there was a way for Mr. Knightley could have brought his chisel into the prison. The method Knightley used to bring the chisel into the prison was...
Take that!
Normally, metal objects can't be brought into the detention center or the prison. They'd just be caught by the security gate. However, there's one way to avoid this. As if they were sent the package to the detention center. The gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent by the detention center undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that. It's almost like we just saw this. Knowing this, Knightley asked Simon to send him a package. Namely, a chessboard containing the chisel. Well, this has solved one of our problems. The fact that the chisel was Mr. Dogan's, but not Mr. Dogan's, but Mr. Knightley's. Given this, one major issue remains. The security camera shows the dog attacking a victim. As long as that exists, I will maintain that Dogan is the killer. But Dogan never touched the murder weapon. I'm stumped. We also desire a conclusion to this matter.
Mr. Edward, we can use one of my secret weapons, sir. Secret weapon number 4. Video analyzing machine. Mr. Analysis. He's great. He knows jokes.
What's with that ridiculous name?
That's good. I named it myself, sir. It's for the kids. Those unanalyzed video footage in detail.
Go ahead. You'll soon see I'm not lying. I don't know what will come of this, but all we can do is investigate.
I feel a little sad for Doggin, 'cause it's like, even if we like show the video, he can't see it and be like, nah, it's not my dog.
Do you know how to use Mr. Analysis?
I mean, I'm sorry. Did the wrong voice. You know how to use Mr. Analysis, pal?
See you, Sanosuke. Already gotta head out, jeez. Here's explanation.
Detective Gumshoe, could you show me how to use it? Because I don't know. Alright, now, before we do the explanation, I'm gonna be right back. So you guys can enjoy this great Gumshoe music. I'm back. And also, yeah, he's kind of not really been here. It's been mostly K. So, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna get back into position so you guys don't hear a billion squeaks all over the place. Like I have an armada of mice. Why do I always go with armada? Why is it never like an assembly or... what's another group thing? Cornucopia? That's a word. Anyways, I'm back. Of course, sir. Fundamentally, it's the same investigating a crime scene, except you know it's not. You just examine anything that piques your curiosity. Except you know you can zoom in your eyeball. You can do that, right? To examine, I just press the X button. Where's the X button? Now I like you to look down the buttons below the monitor. Left and right buttons are rewind and fast forward, you know, just like when you're examining stuff. Wouldn't it be great if I just rewind to during a scene and just go back to when the murder takes place? Oh wait, that'd be time travel, and that's garbage. Center button lets you pause the video. Make good use of it to invest our investigation, sir. Why and fast forward I use the Y and A buttons. And to pause I press the B button. Why doesn't Gumshoe just say that instead of Edward like summarizing it? Well, pause, you can go to the previous frame or the next frame. Go frame by frame. Use the same left or right buttons as before, sir. Next, I'll explain how to zoom in. You press the thing that says zoom in. Point the cursor in the area you want to zoom in and bam! Press the button on the upper left of Mr. Analysis. Don't say that name. That's the one that says zoom. Seems I can also use the L button to zoom in. After you zoomed in, you can examine it just like you would in the original image. Use the previous frame, next frame button to examine frame by frame. They can't actually play back the video in this mode, so keep that in mind. What should I do if I want to zoom out? You just press the button again, you dummy. I mean, sir. How should I say zoom minus? Oh. That concludes the explanation, sir. Well then, let's turn on Mr. Analysis. Here's Mr. Analysis examine the suspicious part of the video, sir. This is the video from the detention center's camera. Like how he's just fiddling around with this while everyone else is just watching. I believe this is the moment when Knightley was being attacked by a dog. If that wasn't the case, then what does it show? Also, I'm gonna check something real quick. As I thought. He only has one pocket. The person's video really Knightley? And what is the true form of the black silhouette attacking this person? I should check the video and try to find the answers to these two questions. That could be unexpected things in unexpected places. So be sure to check every nook and cranny of the video, sir. Don't steal my lines, Gumshoe. I'll examine every suspicious looking nook and cranny. As I suspected. That's not Knightley. Nothing here. Should have another look at the video. Should have something if I make use of the zoom feature. What part of the video is strange? Can I only examine this in squares? Oh, okay. Can we prove that's even a dog? Aha, it was a bear! Do a bear roll. Ooh, we made a grave miscalculation. The animal is silhouette. No matter how you look at it, it's not a dog. This animal is a bear. From the silhouette, I'd say the animal's not a dog, but a bear. So then it wasn't Knightley that attacked the guard and knocked him unconscious. They just assumed it was him because it was in his cell. And the one that took the keys was actually the bear. Still raises the question of who killed Knightley. And And those paw prints aren't dog prints. Maybe. They might be dog prints. Yeah, it's a very reasonable assumption. This is like one of the few assumptions they make that's not crazy. Those footprints must have belonged to this bear, yes. Eh? You say a bear? Yes, this man is the first... That man is the first to come to mind. The danger of giving them dangerous animals to become friends with. Hey, I guess Slash, you weren't here for the bear, were you? The guy who got away. This guy? He has a bear named Rocky that hung on to his... Basically just hangs on to his chest while he's boxing. Now that we know this black shadow isn't a dog, but a bear... Some do get pretty complex, like the parrot. But hey, we pull through. But you know, the issue with that is like, they have these things where like, well, we don't know what the actual problem is, we don't know the motive or how it happened, but this person's suspicious, and then they just throw that person in jail. Like, that's... The guilty until proven innocent complex they have is a little... kind of makes these complex things a little dangerous. Well, Phoenix is the best. No, he knew he was right from the get-go. He lies so well that he lies to himself. You, of course, you're the best. But yeah, in this prison Slash, every one of the prisoners has an animal that they are friends with. There's a guy with the parrot, which, you know who that is, but we don't get to talk to him. There's a guy with the bear. I don't know if we know what Solid's pet is. I don't think he's had it. Ironically, Simon would actually fit in here with his monkey. I wonder if we'll get to see Solid's animal. I would like to know what kind of animal would go with them. Well, hey, at least you said Nick instead of Phoenix. The warden believes that by giving them compassion for another living creature, that they will reform themselves and become better people, even though it's not exactly how it works, and she should probably know better than that when there's a guy who assassinated people with his dog in her prison. But you know, whatever. She's a little crazy. There's a good possibility that man being attacked is not nightly. Whatever can show that man is nightly. It'll be somewhere in the video, wouldn't it, sir? Since his face is not visible, it would be difficult to get a direct confirmation. However, perhaps there is something directly reflected. Something reflected? Hey, isn't there a mirror in the cell, sir? Indeed. That could be worth examining. What part of the video is strange? Pause. Zoom. Enhance. Nothing here. Again, I want to say, like, the guy has 2 pockets on his shirt. I feel like that is enough to be like, hey, there's something wrong here. Go, frame by frame. Computer, enhance further. We need bigger details. It's gonna be the keys, maybe? Ah, there we go. Aha! There we go. It's his hat. Looks like this person can be seen in the mirror. Is that a cap on his head? Actually, it looks kind of like the caps the prisoner guards wear, sir. You don't think it was a guard who was attacked? Have you received a report of any guard being attacked by an animal? No, not that I've heard, sir. Then it was someone else wearing a guard's uniform. I see. As it shows what this cap is. This is...
Take that!
There was no report of a god being attacked by an animal. However, we did hear that the god's uniform was stolen. Putting two and two together, I say that this was a disguise for the purpose of a prison escape. Disguised as a guard? That sounds like it could have been successful, sir. Ah, speaking of prison escapes... Indeed, that person certainly was successful. We were all under the impression that the prison in this video was nightly. But it's his cell after all. It's his cell after all. Why would it be anyone else? The line of logic no longer holds. Remember the tunnel under his bed. It's possible whoever used this tunnel has won the video. Well, sorry, but I had the evidence. This seems the time to answer that question. Just who is the person in the video? The person in the video is... Question mark, question mark, question mark. Dogen! No. Oh, it's Lang. Of course it's Lang. No. Could he been attacked by his own bear?
Take that!
Person wearing the guard's uniform is... the escaped prisoner, J. Elbert. The probability is extremely high. His pet is a polar bear cub. Bear here is black. We have evidence that can explain that matter. The reason the polar bear became black is... I know it's the mud, but I don't know which one exactly... Yeah, I guess it'd be the... Okay. I was gonna say maybe saw it himself, but meh. Think back to Frank Solid's testimony. Oh yes, that is the rubber glove I dropped. Where did the mud on this glove come from? Ah, that is the mud from my mud packs. At the time, I was practicing applying my mud packs. I'm going to keep saying mud packs. It took days with aliens. Since the animal show had started, I'd say it was around 9 AM. Mud packs turned the animal's bodies pitch black, and my heart was pure white. I was totally engrossed with the covering animals in mud. During the animal show, Mr. Salt was applying mud packs to the animals. And then among those animals was this polar bear, yes. Overruled! Prosecutor Edward, there's a huge contradiction in your argument. Security camera footage. Would I have a fish? I'd hope not. It'd probably die really fast. Judge Courtney, you're quite right. Saw it use the mud packs during the animal show. Knowing this, a new contradiction in the video comes to light. A new contradiction? Hey, do you know when this footage was taken? It was after the mud packs were used, or that would be put in around 9 AM. In that case, you should notice something strange about this video. Huh? What's strange about it? The strange thing that contradicts the time this video was taken is... Contradicts the... Is it just this? Is it just the timer?
Take that!
The time saw it covered the polar bear in mud was around 9 AM, which means that this video should have been taken around 9 AM. However, the timestamp reads 6 AM. Okay, it was. I can never tell with this game. Like, that seemed like the most obvious thing, but sometimes that doesn't really work out for me. On that day, the prisoners went to the courtyard to watch the animal show. At this time, only 3 people remained behind. Dogen in the special cell, Saw it in the workroom applying his mud packs, and the one who put his escape plan in motion at that moment, J. Elbert. So Elbert did it, huh? But how did he get the bell? How did he get the uniform? Elbert left the polar bear in Saw its care and into the security tunnel. However, the bear escaped from Saw It and followed after its owner. And just as he was chasing after the escaped bear, Saw It happened to witness the dog pulling a murder weapon out of the body. If Saw It's testimony is correct, the video must have been taken around 9 AM. However, the timestamp is off by 3 hours. Why would the timestamp be off like that? Detective Gumshoe, I'd like to examine the security camera. Yeah, you got it, sir. That dude didn't like lickety-split time. It'll be like 3 hours early. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. It's been 3 seconds. I asked all the guards and... well... seems the camera's power was cut off for a moment, throwing off the timestamp. What? The camera's an old model. You know, they spent all their money on the animals, but if it loses its power, the clock stops as well. In that case, this means the camera's power was cut for 3 hours. Well, Ben, I got some more information for you, sir. Heard that Knightley was denied stealing the key, right? Seems nobody would believe the words of a criminal. But Knightley testified. That was knocked out too. That may not necessarily be a lie. My, there you all are. Making progress in your investigation. Can I be of any help? Actually, Warden Roland, there is something we must report to you. The escaped prisoner, J. Elbert, is most likely still inside the prison. He has disguised himself. Here is the proof. Person visible in the security video is Elbert. So perhaps he's still in this very building. Maybe even in this very room. Why did they just start spinning? Like, no, I'm getting dizzy. Could I be Elbert? Oh no. Let him think of it, didn't Mr. Elbert have a bracelet like the other prisoners? The bracelet would have been concealed under the uniform's sleeves. Moreover, the prison's main gate does not have a sensor to detect bracelets. All we'd have to do is avoid any doors with sensors inside the prison. That's right. So if he didn't enter the cells or the workrooms... Could one of you guys be J. Elbert? Rocky. There he is. Stop it! What are you doing? It would seem that Rocky has answered that question for us. Yeah, no! Just throws off his uniform, I guess. Ah, Rocky, this is all your fault. The little guy loves you so much, it's inevitable. Right then, seize him at once. Wait, there's something we must hear from this prisoner. Necessary if we are to find the truth, I'd like permission to interrogate him. Understood. What do you want out of me? Elbert's escape route is linked to Knightley's cell. So it's highly likely he knows something about the crime. I'd like to ask you about the day the body was found. Wow, look at those wide eyes. How'd they not catch him with his hands still wrapped up? I know that's just them being lazy and not wanting to make a prison model for the guy, but... So it was you guys? You were the ones who guys find my secret tunnel. Took me ages to dig that, at least 15,000 years. The day the body was found was the day I planned to escape. I was in disguise. Then Rocky followed after me. But he was all covered in mud. I panicked and returned to my cell. Darn. If only you guys hadn't showed up. If only Knightley hadn't died. You say you dug the tunnel. What did you use to dig it? Oh, that. Just hammers. And spoons. Stuff like that. Oof. Bought it from the supplier. But it was all for nothing. No need to lose your temper. There's always next time. On the day of the incident, it's possible that Elbert met Knightley while he was alive. I'll have to listen to his testimony carefully. It is great. Like, this is another benefit. It's just, this guy actually really does like his bear, and the bear loves him back. He just kind of wanted to escape without him. Look how fast he moves. Like 3 frames per punch. How long did it take you to dig that? So you dug that hole alone? You're darn right I did! A tunnel like that really did dug by one person. Wow, such wasted effort. Nah, a kid like you wouldn't understand. Never rely on others. Never let others see you. Those are the rules we live by in here. Except for the bear. The bear's great. Yeah, as a great thief, I kinda see where you're coming from. Okay, don't agree with him. Also, the Yatagarasu was 3 people.
Ah, no, I was just joking. I wasn't. Darn, why'd it come to this?
Shouldn't the alarm have gone off as he walked in here? Hello, Maestro. How's it going? Hope you're having a good night.
Hold it!
Did you obtain the guard uniform from the supplier too?
Yeah, that's right. Seems you got it by threatening a guard. Guy went and stole it from someone's locker.
So when you went through the tunnel, you were already dressed like a guard?
No, to ensure that the clothes wouldn't get stained with mud, I carried them with me. Once I got out of the hole and changed clothes, getting out the cell doors was simple. That's when Rocky ran up and jumped on me.
That must be the moment the security camera captured. I see. Could you add that to your testimony?
Hold it!
Hold it, but the door's closed. Getting out of the cell door was simple, you say?
Yeah, compared to going through the tunnel, it was very simple.
You inhabit a prison, yet you seem to know the layout of the detention center quite well. What's so wrong about that? Dodged a feint. Glad to hear. We're having a good time here, I think. I mean, I hope you guys are having a good time with my bad voice acting. In that case, you should have known about it from the start. When Knightley was in his cell, the door would have been locked, which means there was one piece of evidence Elbert needed to escape. Objection! You say it was simple getting through the cell door.
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that, huh?
Even though you managed to arrive at Knightley's cell, opening the door wasn't so simple. How do you intend to unlock the cell door?
J. Elbert, you had the key to Knightley's cell. Ugh, come on. I ain't got nothing like that. That's it. It was open. It was already unlocked when I got there.
Objection. Indeed, the cell was vacant after Knightley's death, which is why, at the time we conducted our investigation, it was unlocked. Your successful escape attempt occurred after Knightley's death, so the door would have been open. However, you tried to escape once before then.
The plan was spoiled thanks to Rocky. The video shows it.
Yes, it was during the animal show before Knightley's death was known. The cell door was locked because no one knew he was dead. Without the key to Knightley's cell, your escape route would have been impossible.
Yeah. What? That means it can't be.
It's exactly what you think. In case of the stolen key, the culprit is... J. Elbert. You were the one who attacked the guard, weren't you? Jeez. Just sneaking up on them very, very ominously, just whoa. It's like, to be fair, I did not really think Knightley had it in him to, like, steal from the guard. Something else, sure. I think he probably did plan on chiseling his way free, but he wasn't gonna do something as bold as knocking out a guard right in his cell. That'd be kinda dumb. That would be like tossing your knight into the middle of a wall of pawns. Just in a small attempt to get the queen. If I had to put it in chess terms. Or to steal the cell key. It wasn't me, I don't know any Knightley. What? After stealing the key, you return to your cells. Precautionary measure. Then you wait for a time when the prison wouldn't be mostly vacant. That was just before Knightley's death became known. In other words, during the animal show. But in the end, the plan was foiled thanks to Rocky. Good job.
Don't screw with me. You don't have any evidence, I still win by decision. Besides, it was Knightley guy who attacked the guard, right?
Objection. I think not. Regarding the theft of the keys, Knightley was the victim. This proves Knightley was the victim who was attacked in his cell. He has small bruises on his head. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess we'll go with his body.
Take that!
Does it really prove it? Of course it does. Nope. Okay, I guess I need more decisive evidence.
If you say so, then I get the feeling it was definitely the victim.
Overruled. Shut up, Sebastian. Sebastian Ping. Huh, really? I knew that.
It's not easy to fool Judge Courtney.
I had to remember the state of Knightley's cell. To show that what happened between those two. As I thought, you don't have proof, do you? Oh, so something in the cell itself, huh? No, I guess the wipe... Dogen said his dog could do it, not that he did do it. But I don't think that is proof right now. That's related to the stab wound, I think. Okay, it's a very small autopsy report, but... I mean, is it just the... cell key thing again? Oh, whoops. Didn't mess with my thing, did it? No. Accident clicked on the edge of the screen. That's no good. Baloney. I'm not entirely sure which one they want here. This is my badge, of course. I guess we'll go with the stain. Maybe the stain is actually... But now that we know the thing didn't happen there, so... Yeah, we'll go with that. I was right on the money. Like, now that we know he wasn't in the video being attacked there, we don't actually know if that bloodstain is from then. In Knightley's cell, there were traces of his blood, which has been wiped away. I believe there's more than enough proof that Knightley was attacked in his cell. You attacked those two people and stole the key, didn't you? Wah! Wah! Oof! Ah, darn. Never thought you'd find the bloodstain I wiped away with the newspaper. Wow, just admits it outright. Why would you go through all the trouble of wiping the bloodstain? On the hands of Knightley and the guard, there were obvious signs of a scuffle, you know? The bloodstains were uncovered. They'd find out there was another attacker. If anyone looked around the bed, the tunnel I dug would be discovered. Fair point. So, you were trying to buy more time for your escape attempt. I'm afraid to say your plan still ended in failure. Now then, hand over the keys to Knightley's cell. Yeah. Oof. Oof. Knockout. KO. You win. Objection. Finish. How could an amateur like you knock me out? Here, I got the keys right here. This is why Phoenix was put into that fighting game. His words contain power. Edgeworth wasn't put in there because he would be overpowered. Overruled! Hold it, if you have that key, then that means... That's right, Judge Courtney. You reasoned that Knightley stole the key and used it to leave his cell. From there, he entered Mr. Key's cage and was moved to the workroom. However, the very foundation of the hypothesis has just collapsed. Oh no! How? No, I mean how? Like, I don't understand. I see. In that case, there was only one person who could have moved Knightley. The criminal must have been someone who knew about the secret tunnel. Hey, are you suggesting? Yeah, Bert, you're under arrest, pal. I mean, you're already a prisoner. Wait, I didn't do nothing. Sure, I knocked out those two guys, then I stole the keys. After that, I waited for the perfect time to enter that guy's cell. But the cell was empty then. There was no dead body either. And also, how could I have gotten to the workroom? I couldn't even leave my own cell, right? It's true, you only had the key to Knightley's cell. But, there's also Dogen's dog. What? It'd be possible for the dog to carry the body from the cell to the workroom. I see. So you're saying there was an accomplice. The crime would have been possible if Elbert and Dogen worked together. It's perfectly plausible. Somehow Elbert managed to carry Knightley's body into his own cell. And then the dog must have carried it to the workroom. Yes, because all the animals can move freely in the prison. But that's not the case for the path between the detention center and the prison. The only one who could use that route was you, J. Elbert. Hold it. I mean, what if there's another route that you didn't know about? There couldn't have been. The tunnel is a straight path. Is it not? Yeah, seems like it, but I didn't have enough time to dig any more than I did. I only dug halfway of the corridor. What? You mean to say you didn't dig the entire tunnel? When I got to that cell, the tunnel was already there. There was a tunnel linking to my cell to the well. Looking down from the well to the courtyard, there's no mistaking. They've always been connected. I just continued the tunnel with my digging. What was the hole doing there in the first place? Who knows? That's not even a question. Just who knows? Statement. Maybe another inmate dug it in an attempt to escape? Maybe the animals dug it. Maybe they wanted to drink from the well. That's highly doubtful, but possible. There's no water in that well anymore. It's all dried up. Wait a minute. That's it. For some reason, that well gave off a nice scent. A nice scent? I don't know what it was, but it smelled sweet, like candy. This scent. I believe it came across it before. We know this scent from...
Take that!
Knightley's body was giving off a sweet candy-like scent. We used a police dog to track that scent, and who knows where he went. And that led us to discover the tunnel. By any chance, could this be the same scent as the well? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I know what you're trying to say. That the scent proves the body was carried down through the tunnel. Exactly. And, J. Elbert, you're the only one who could have used the tunnel. Objection. Thank you, Mr. Elbert. I am very grateful to you. At last, the truth comes to light. Mr. Elbert, wouldn't it be wise to confess now? To be an accomplice, I mean. Well, tell me even you suspect me too. Judge Corney, it seems you and I have come to the same conclusion. No. She's still totally full of the idea that Simon did something. Our thoughts are still, on the matter, still quite different. Miss Elba is certainly an accomplice, but an accomplice to Horace Knightley. An accomplice to Horace Knightley?
Hold it!
What do you mean? Miss Elba did not move the body. He simply lent the victim his keys. You know, if Elbert just goes, no, I didn't do that, that kind of shuts down your whatever. See, Mr. Elbert did indeed strike Mr. Knightley in the head. However, Mr. Knightley was not knocked out. Two must have made a little negotiation. Negotiation? For Mr. Knightley's escape plan to work, he would have needed the keys to his cell. Though Mr. Elbert stole them from the guard. On the other hand, Mr. Elbert was to escape, he needed to get Mr. Knightley's cell. But if Mr. Knightley had seen him and yelled, the plan would have gone down the drain. And so, they negotiated. Hold it. I didn't negotiate nothing. Oh, you still intend to deny it? Like, what use would he have to deny it? So in other words, we're back where we started. Mr. Elbert opened the cell door and Mr. Knightley entered Mr. Key's cage. I like that he has the knight icon, that's neat. And then he was moved into the prison. Yep, still thinks it's Simon. Of course, and he was killed in the prison workroom. Objection. Weren't you listening? The scent on the body shows it must have been moved through the tunnel. Knightley was moved from the detention center through the tunnel.
Overruled!
Overruled. Please wait until someone is finished before speaking. You should tell Sebastian that. He's the one that interrupted you. I do not claim he wasn't moved through the tunnel. What? You don't? The scent shows that the body was moved through the tunnel. However, that doesn't mean it came from the detention center. What do you mean? That sure sounds like a contradiction to me. Isn't there one more possibility? The well in the courtyard. It's possible the body was dropped down there from there. Dropped down from there. Courtyard? It's locked. Mr. Keyes carried the cage not to the workroom, but to the courtyard. Mr. Knightley was killed in the courtyard, his body was dropped down the well. There's so many issues with this. And then, the body at the bottom of the well was moved by Mr. Dogan's dog. There's like 30 things wrong with this. There's one more thing I'd like you all to remember. Before the body was discovered, what was happening in the courtyard? Animal show, right? Oh, the animal show, right? Regina and Simon were there. Wait, Simon? I see you understand. Who then dropped the body down the well? Judge Courtney. She's a tough opponent, but also really dumb. No, we already have the body examined. There's no sign of it dropping, and that drop is pretty far. It would have obvious signs of his bones being broken from that. If he was already dead, at least. Her flexible way of thinking enables her to adapt and come up with her own deductions, even though they are completely wrong. And welcome back, Sonosuke. Mr. Knightley was not carried to the workroom but the courtyard. Mr. Keyes was off stage for 15 minutes. That's when he dropped Mr. Knightley down the well. It's simple as that. Objection. Judge Courtney, you're dumb. Your reasoning is not sound, I'll admit that. However, let's say the body was dropped down the well. That didn't have to be done during the show, it could have happened at a different time. Overruled. Unfortunately for you, Prosecutor Edward, that is not possible. What? When the show started, Mr. Elbert was in the tunnel. On his way to the cell block. Yeah, right. Can we see the bear again? Mr. Elbert, at that time, did you happen to see a body in the tunnel? No. Nothing like that. Although, honestly, I don't know if we can say, like, we believe one part when you clearly don't believe he didn't negotiate anything, but whatever. Also, this guy is the action guy. He would just punch Knightley unconscious. And then escape. So if the body had been dropped before the show, Mr. Elbert would have seen it. However, he has stated he did not see a body. He also stated he didn't negotiate anything, but we can't trust that either. So it is impossible to think the body was dropped before the show. Unless he's lying, which makes it not impossible, but shut up. After the show, the body was discovered in the workroom. In other words, the body being dropped down the well and then moved to the workroom is still impossible because no one could get into Elbert's cell. Could only have been done during the show. And the only one who could have done is Simon Keyes. Mr. Edwards, what should we do? The body was moved through the well. It does put Mr. Keyes at a major disadvantage. However, the notion that the body was moved through the well is only a hypothesis. That doesn't mean there is evidence. I'm obligated to recognize that fact. From what I can tell of why we're negotiating with her and why Sebastian even exists as a prosecutor is because the people who she works for are basically telling her, like, this is an international incident, we can't have Edward doing things here, and we need to just wrap this up and get it taken care of. Push it under the rug. So the countries aren't insulted or something. Will you allow me to investigate the courtyard once more? I give my approval in the name of the goddess of law. Alright. Reinvestigation in the courtyard. Okay, this may be our final chance. What? Hey look, there's the bear. Huh? What? Fire! Could be another prison break, pal. Should we evacuate? Hold it. This is my prison. Everyone, please remain calm. This is just the signal for the evening meal. It's a little loud, so I understand why you'd be surprised. It scared me. What if it is a fire? What if they're actually burning the meal right now? I'm terribly sorry. When did I get 2 more guards, by the way? Wait, one of you Elbert? I know he's right behind me. One of you could be in disguise, pretending to be him while he escapes. Everyone, return to your posts. Yes, sir. Ma'am, whatever. J. Elbert, it's also time for you to return to your room. I got it. Come on, Rocky. Let's go, Rocky. Aw. Warden Roland will proceed to the courtyard for another investigation. Time for you to go home as well, Mr. Edward. Looks like we're out of time. Why don't you continue this another time? But the investigation. Today's been a big day, right? If we are the escaped prisoner and all. I'm afraid I can't let outsiders like you loiter around any longer. This is my decision as the warden of this prison. That includes all of you. Get out. Looks like it can't be helped. The warden's word can be called the law of the prison. Prosecutor Edworth, this means we'll have to carry our investigation another day. Until then, you may hold on to your prosecutor's badge. And with that, I leave you. Please stay gone. You at least keep Sebastian gone, he's kind of annoying. Anyways, Dogen, it's been a pleasure. Nice dog. Now I think it's time you all left. Yeah, looks like we'll have to continue this investigation tomorrow. And maybe that's just the truth for right now, too. Knightley's body was dropped down the well and was carried in the workroom for Mr. Elber's cell. Judge Courtney's logic, but is it correct? No. And Judge Courtney claims that Mr. Keyes transported him, but was Mr. Keyes really only one with the chance to move him? It's because he's super forgetful, and I'm like, no, I'm super forgetful. Let's do our best tomorrow. We have to save Simon, no matter what. Indeed, I agree. Let's prove Mr. Keyes' innocence without fail. To be continued. And although I did have the idea of, like, we could probably keep going to the end, I feel like that's probably going to take another 2 to 3 hours. So, I think this is probably a good stopping point. Looks like the courtyard changed. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We're completely blind here. So, I think that is going to be it for tonight. I could probably keep going, to be honest, but I probably shouldn't. Instead, I think I will try to do a stream tomorrow. I know I usually say it's noisy, but there is like a 30% chance of it being noisy. Still a 30% chance, so. We will either continue this tomorrow, or we will play something else. But regardless, I hope you all enjoyed all of this nonsense. And yeah, voice acting it. I'm reading what it says, but I'm barely voice acting. All my voices are garbage. I didn't even give Albert a voice. I just made him go, yeah, okay. I didn't do it. Darn it. Anyways. You're doing great, but you should go to bed. I thought you were leaving. You're reading it out loud. Thank you for the clarification. But anyways, we're gonna go raid Kieran. What should we raid him with? We have to actually raid him. Okay, is there any, like, good quotes from that Rocky movie? The one about the boxer? I don't know, I've never seen any of them. Well, what's like the most memorable Rocky quote? I don't know. That's what that thing is a reference to. I've never seen any of them, okay? Maybe we'll just do a thing. Hang on, let's see. Eye of the Tiger? Okay. The Eye of the Bear? Mud packing the fight? Eye of the Bear, I saw it. No. Go saw it. The bear saw it, maybe? I don't know. I'm not good with raids, I never do any. Time to inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny is a good one. Hang on. What is the lens one? Let's see. No. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not lens. For whatever reason, magnifying glass is just mag. If you have the Wuggle one, use that one. Otherwise, I know not everyone's, no, he's not in this game. Thankfully. I know not everyone is in Grantstrom, so there you go. I am. Alright, let's go raid Kieran. So I hope you guys all had a good night, and I will probably see you tomorrow. We're gonna actually do the exit again, but as I raid Kieran, it will probably cut off. So, perfect credits, as expected. Thanks a lot for joining me. My screen is bleeding because I kept it on the thing for so long so I can see like my own outline as the overlay, but it'll fix itself later. Anyways, I will see you guys later. And then I hope you have a good night.